Yo. All right, shalom.
Shalom.
We want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakodash.
And double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. And grace and peace to you elect around the four winds, believing and pushing the truth in all sincerity. May the blessing of election be upon your houses. These are your fellow servants from the GMS Orlando camp, back another week through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, to prophesy the downfall of America, which is Babylon the Great according to the scriptures, as well as spiritual Nineveh, Rome, Egypt, Greece. I'm to also prophesy to you so-called Negroes, you so-called Latinos, and you so-called Native American Indians, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand, to repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. All right, the title of this sermon is, The Vision of the End is Clear. All right.
It's 2nd Esdras chapter 15 and verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
Right, and the words of the Lord are faithful and true. And we're a living testament to that. All right, the fact that we're in this point in time that we're living in now is a testament that the words of the Lord are faithful and true. Because everything that we're experiencing, the Lord said would happen aforetime. The Lord said that we'd be living in times to where things will be uncertain. You know, the wicked will be in power. Esau will be in power. To where World War III will be on the brink. All right, the Lord spoke about the MOTB, all right, in the book of Revelation, the 13th chapter. And this is what we're witnessing. All right, we're witnessing sedition among men. We're witnessing, like it says in Matthew, the 24th chapter, the love of many waxing cold. You know, and the Lord visiting the earth with storm and tempest. All right, we're witnessing all these things. All right, which goes to show that the word of the Lord is faithful and is true.
2nd Esdras chapter 9 and verse 1. He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Right, and the Lord told us to measure the times. He told us to measure the times diligently. And how do we do that? By prophecy. That's our spiritual measuring stick, like brothers go into all the time. That's how we measure the times that we're in. All right, right now we're seeing that we're in the time of war. We're in the time of the great unsettling of America, Babylon the Great. And we can tell that through prophecy, what's happening around us. All right, these plane crashes, all right, this DEI inclusion thing that's being stripped away from society. This these ICE agents coming in and removing and extracting all these jakes from the American society. You know, alongside other things like the skirmishes that's still going on in the Ukraine and Russia. All right, what's going on in Israel? Okay, all these things are in a culmination of what the brother just read, man.
Taiwan and China.
Yeah, Taiwan and China. All right, these are all the culminations of what the brother just read, which lets us know that we're in the time of the great unsettling, man. We're in the time of Jacob's trouble coming to pass fully, you know?
This is verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world.
Right, and we're seeing this, and people in the world take this lightly. You know, it's always been earthquakes. People have always been, you know, unsettled. They've always rose up against government, but it's never been at this scale. You know, if you look up right now, the amount of earthquakes that have happened just in this year. It's hundreds. That's unprecedented, man. That's not normal. These things weren't happening 5, 10 years ago. This is a new phenomenon in the planet Earth. All right, y'all, the tempest, how California is constantly on fire. These other countries are constantly being hit by earthquakes, and then on top of earthquakes, tsunamis that follow after the earthquakes. These aren't normal occurrences. These are phenomenons, newly created phenomenons that are starting to happen more frequently in the earth. And why is this? Because the brother read that we should be measuring the time diligently, because that's when we will see when the Lord will begin to visit the world which he made. And the Lord is starting to visit the world more frequently through prophecy, man, through calamity, through judgment.
Second Esdras chapter 5 and verse 1. Nevertheless, as coming the tokens, behold, the day shall come that they which dwell upon earth shall be taken in a great number.
Right, and they're going to be taken in a very violent manner. The majority of these people are going to be taken in a very violent manner through gruesome deaths. It says in Jeremiah 16 chapter, they prepared for the 4 kinds. The sword, the beast, you know, and I forget the other 2, Salaki. But they prepared for 4 kinds, man. You know, and those are pestilence and famine, the water. Pestilence and famine. All right, these are the judgments that are being prepared to take the majority of people on the planet Earth, man. And they aren't ready for it. And they're not supposed to be ready for it, because the Lord said that the majority of the world wouldn't listen to the message, because they wouldn't listen to the message when he was actually here in the flesh.
And the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith.
Right, the land, the way of truth shall be hidden. All right, Esau, Edom is going to cast a very dark veil upon the planet Earth. Things are going to get very gray in the planet, very ominous. You know, Esau is going to cast that veil of confusion amongst the people, man. Where it says that if it were possible, he may deceive the very elect. That's how thick the darkness on the planet is getting ready to get. And that's why the Lord is telling us in Second Esdras to measure the time diligently. Because before that time, the Lord has given us ample time to prepare our lamps. You know, to store up oil in our lamps to prepare for the great darkness, so that we're able to navigate through the valley of the shadow of death, man. It's all spiritual. You know, the Lord has given us the tools that we need in order to navigate in this gross darkness Esau is getting ready to put on the planet. And it's already, you can already see the signs, man. All of these people in the uproar because Trump said that it's only 2 genders. You know, now you got these alphabet communities called raising hell, you know, raising hell and causing turmoil, you know, alongside other things, man. All right, and these are all the signs of the times that are telling us, listen, hey, the Lord is getting ready to sweep the majority of these people off their feet. But before he does that, he's letting us know, hey, listen, prepare yourself. Get your mind right, get your spirit right. All right, for what's getting ready to happen, because the majority of people are going to get swept up. And that's including family members, that's including so-called loved ones, that's including so-called, even your so-called significant other, man. You know? Majority of these people that don't believe in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, don't respect Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, they're going to get swept up, man. Best believe that. Because the Lord is not going to continue to allow the disrespect on his name, man. At this point, it's really gotten to a point to where it's really vexing, man. Everybody on the planet, man, besides brothers, man, in sincerity and in truth, is disrespecting the Lord on a constant basis, man. They wake up and they choose other guys. They wake up and they choose to disrespect the Lord willingly because the message has been presented, man. And that's why they have to get swept up. They need a hard reset. Because at this point, they're at a point of no return, man.
Hey, the Lord making it unsafe out here. You can't catch a charter flight. Your ass can't hop on American Airlines. You can't go nowhere without the threat of death. And that's just increasing in the earth, man. And it's coming as a shock to these Americans because they're so used to living comfortably that they can't imagine all the judgment that's going out across the planet touching this place. The Lord saved the worst for last, and that's this place here, man. These people are comfortable in the midst of the judgment. The Lord just pulled planes out the sky like it was nothing. And the world just kept spinning like the Lord ain't doing something in the earth.
Right, another one just fell in Pennsylvania. You know, and the one that happened with that Blackhawk is seemingly, that's virtually impossible, man. Because there's so many precautions that go into aerodynamic, that, you know, flight in general, especially when it comes to the military, there had to be something underlying behind that, man, so they can push this whole DEI agenda, man. Because that's virtually impossible. There's so many checks and balances they have to go through before you can even go into the air. And then when you go into the air, there's constant communication on altitudes, on levels, on directions, especially when it comes to military grade. We're talking about military grade vehicles, man. But these are things that are going to continue to happen more frequently, man. And a very sobering reality is coming to these American people. You know, Esau has caused these people to drink and become drunken, and everybody's in this drunken stupor. They think everything's sweet, that America's candy land, and they can just continue to live this monotonous life. They're content with this monotonous life, this day-to-day rat race. They found peace in it. And the Lord is starting to disturb that, man. And he's going to continue to disturb it until it's completely wiped out, man. You got something?
This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved.
Right, and the Lord is constantly speaking through prophecy, man, through the things that are happening in the planet. All right, when you see these plane crashes, when you see new developments regarding the CBDCs, all right, when you see new developments regarding the MOTB, World War III, and earthquakes and different happenings around the world, sedition, skirmishes. When you see these things happening, that's the Lord speaking to us. He's speaking to us through prophecy, because he told us that these things will happen before he returned. So that's essentially him saying, hey, listen, wake up, pay attention. Pay attention. And the Lord is starting to say that more frequently. The Lord's voice has been speaking more frequently, man.
Verse 2, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. Verse 3.
Right, the vision is speaking about the prophecies. All right, and the prophecies have been made plain. They've been broken down clearly through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Everything that we need in order to receive salvation has been made known unto us through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Thus forth, that's why brothers, you know, the elders and apostles and brothers claim to have the 100% truth. All right, because everything regarding salvation has been made known unto us. All right, it's been made plain. The prophecies, the dark sayings, the parables, everything that we need, all right, in order to glean faith from the scriptures and to grow and to receive salvation, we've received. So as we receive these things that have been made clear upon tables, all right, we run as we read these things, man. We run to spiritual and mental preparation. Got it.
Verse 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
Right, and like the brother Nahaya just read, these words are faithful and true. All right, the Lord said at the end it will speak and not lie. And verily, and truly, all right, we're witnessing that the Lord is not a man that he should lie. Everything that he said would happen is literally happening, man. Right before our eyes, we're literally experiencing the vision for an appointed time. We're living it. You know, this is a reality for us. You know, and eventually, the reality for us is going to be Jacob's trouble, Jeremiah 30. You know, Daniel 12th chapter, Revelation the 12th chapter. You know, eventually these things are going to become a reality for us as well. But another reality that's going to touch us as these calamities come is a promise of mercy and salvation for the Lord's elect. That's going to come as well. That's going to be a reality in the earth too. And all these things have been made plain. They've been made plain. It's been broken down clearly, week in and week out, day in and day out. All right?
You got Jake's talking about don't manifest Jacob's trouble into your life. What are you talking about? That's a lack of understanding. This is what the Lord said he plans on doing. You're either with the will of the Lord or you're not. The same Jake's talking about don't manifest Jacob's trouble in your life. Haven't read the scriptures properly. The Lord clearly said it was a time like never before since there was a nation. But he shall be saved out of it. It don't have nothing to do with men trying to manifest their destiny. That's that new age bullshit. Nobody has power over the flesh. You listen to the words of the Lord and you're either with it or you're not with it. But the Lord is coming whether you're ready or not. It don't matter to the Lord.
Hey, and like the brother says all the time, you have many Israelites, but you have very few prophets. And a lot of these men that are coming out with their opinions in these latter days are not prophets, man. They're just regular Israelites with an opinion, man. and with an opinion that doesn't align with the scriptures. Because like the brother's going into, how can you not manifest something that's already been written? The Lord has already foretold and preordestined for Jacob's trouble to happen. So how can you will yourself for that not to happen? It doesn't make any sense, man. You
Basically saying you're more powerful than the Lord.
exactly,
You can just sit in a lotus flower position
and it's not going
in
to
your apartment, line up some crystals, and all of a sudden Jacob's trouble just not gonna happen. It don't work like that. The mind of the Lord is that the Lord told us before this even happened that it's going down like this. Who are you to interrupt this? Who are you to even think you can interrupt it? A lot of Jacob found out the hard way. That's that same rebellious spirit. Aren't we Israelites too?
Yeah.
Can't we manifest things too? Aren't we little gods? Can't we? All right, you're gonna find out the hard way. We on the big G program. In order for us to become little G's, we have to submit ourselves to the big one. And the Lord's will is to destroy this place in an open fashion, in public form. The Lord's gonna turn this country upside down. These people do not respect the Lord, and it's okay, because the Lord is always willing to cash in on that debt too.
Hey, what does it say in Acts the 5th chapter or the 8th chapter? It says, lest they be found willingly to fight against the Heavenly Father. It says, leave these men alone, lest you be found to fight against the Heavenly Father, roughly paraphrasing. And a lot of these jakes are trying to box with the Heavenly Father, man. They're trying to strive against the Lord's will, and it's a futile effort, man. It's a futile effort. You think that we could have willed ourselves out of being put in cargo slave ships? If we could, we would have did it. If we could have willed ourselves out of the ghettos, the slums, or barrios, or favelas, we would have been did that, Jake. But it's impossible because this is the will of the Lord for us. And these are things that we have to play out according to the will and the will and the mind of the Lord, man.
That also goes to the lack of hope and the promises that you talked about, the lack of mercy. Our hope is in the mercy of the Lord and the salvation. So by them saying, don't manifest Jacob's trouble, that means in your spirit you know that you ain't doing what you're supposed to be doing. To give yourself the best chance for the mercy of the Lord anyway.
It's a beautiful point because, like the brother's saying, essentially all of these doctrines that are coming out here in these latter days that are contrary to the word, the base of it is faithlessness. Right. The base of all these doctrines is faithless doctrines, man. It's doubt. They're telling you Jacob's trouble not gonna come. That's faithlessness, man. They're telling you the Lord ain't do no miracles. That's rooted in faithlessness. A lot of these doctrines that these men come out with, they don't even realize it themselves that it's rooted in doubt, man.
Hey, we have so many examples of people that's less than perfect according to the scriptures, right? That Yahweh Shai pardoned man because of their faith, or He healed them because of their faith. And those are things that we look back in the scriptures that galvanize our spirit, man. That's the edification of the body in the hope, because that keeps brothers accountable and making sure everybody's on the same in the correct spirit that they ought to be. If I may bring this out.
That's the missing link in our family's legacy. It's always been a lack of faith. We didn't have a problem with the culture of being the Israelites. It was disobedience. That's what it really broke down to. And that spirit is prevalent today amongst those who call themselves Israelites. But that seed of doubt still exists in them. Because when it comes to the will of the Lord, they're not with it.
Verse 3 again, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry.
Right. And these words aren't tarrying, man. The visions of the Lord, the prophecies of the Lord are starting to come to pass. And like the Lord said in Ezekiel, the 12th chapter, man, these things are going to happen in our days. These things aren't going to happen a few generations from now. The Lord ain't going to destroy America a few generations from now. The people here are going to see World War III. This generation is going to see World War III. It's going to see the mark of the beast being implemented within society. And that's the faith of the elect. That's the faith that we have. That the Lord is going to perform these words that He said aforetime speedily for our behalf. Because he also said in Matthew the 24th chapter, if he didn't speed up the days, all flesh wouldn't, there wouldn't be no flesh to be saved, man. And we seeing that, man. Like Esau is on a rampage, man. He's on a fucking rampage right now. Rightfully so, because the Lord gave him the power to do it. But he's on a rampage, man. He's changing the genders. He's blurring the lines between child and adult. He's blurring the lines between male and female. Alongside other, he's perverting the education that we receive here, that your children receive. He's perverting the different traditions and the standards that the Lord has set forth. He's creating his own laws, his own standard. He's on a rampage, man, and the majority of the world is following after it. That's the problem. That's the problem. The majority of the world is following after Esau's incentive. They're following after the adulterous incentive. They're following after the Mo incentive. They're following after these different wicked incentives, man, which is causing the earth to be driven further into the fucking rabbit hole, man. And this is not how the Lord intended for this to be ran. This is the Lord's gift. The Lord gave Yahushua this. This is Yahushua's. And as the stewards of the Lord's house, we take great care in the Lord's house, man. We care for the Lord's house. This ain't spoke in concrete. The animals in cages. The children are you can't let them outside. It was a time and point. I'm not even that old, but when I was younger, I used to be able to go outside and go around the block a couple of times, and I was safe, even in the fucking hood. But nowadays, you let your child go outside, you might not see that nigga ever again, man. Yep.
They more destroy in the house than they
Esau, a madman's in control of the will, man. There's a madman in control of the will, and he's steering the world into destruction. That's why the scripture talking about the son of perdition. No other nation on earth has done the earth this way. No other nation who has been in the power center has done some of the things Esau has been able to do in wickedness. He's taken wickedness to its height. Under no other nation on earth have you seen wickedness rise to this type of prominence. He taught everything he did as a Roman and a Greek. And he's taken it to, now he's just going to turn it, now he's trying to turn it into a digital form of Rome. So instead of it just being a revived Roman Empire, he's going to take it into the digital age. And he's going to get close, but he's not going to succeed. Because if he were allowed to succeed, nobody would survive. Let alone Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. His scope done got bigger. We are top on his list, but his own people are in the food chain at this point. This is a madman. He is not going to spare anybody.
This is Hebrews 10, starting at 35. Cast not away, therefore, your confidence, which has great recompense of reward. For ye have need of patience, that after ye have done the will of power, ye might receive the promise.
Our legacy is our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, died knowing they wasn't going to see the promises in that lifetime. They died, and they knew that. Most importantly, they was with it. They ain't buck up against the Lord. They ain't pray every day in that lifetime. Lord, let me get it now. Forget whatever the program is. Let me get it now. They didn't think like that. Imagine our forefather Abraham, Isaac, Jacob looking at their sons like, damn, it's gonna be a minute before we get what's coming to us. It's gonna be a while. Imagine them looking at what became the 12 tribes and looking at them like, man, I ain't gonna lie. And they was with it. All right, Lord, but we gonna get it though. Their hope was rooted in the fact that maybe not this lifetime. It's gonna happen. That's our legacy. That's our family. This don't have shit to do with no other nation except the family the Lord chose.
Hey, and that should galvanize you to pick up the mantle, man. Because like the brothers going into, they died. They died. Men have died, hazarded their lives for the very same testimony that the Lord has revealed unto us here in these other days, man. You know what it's like to live with this testimony, man. They had to live in captivity.
You living in captivity. knowing the promises. You ain't the first Israelite to do that. Our forefathers been sitting in captivity, wondering like, Lord, all right, if it ain't this lifetime, Lord, when I get to see it when it do happen. Many Israelite men have had to go to the grave like that, just for us to be in the time that they all wish they could be in.
Hey, you know, every nation with these heathens, they tell their kids stories. Like grandfather told stories of this. We had Elon that would tell us that their grandfather told us that they know that we the Israelites. So you got these stories, right? When these stories be told to the kid, they're coming from the grandparents, right, to the son, and the son grow up and he tell his son, right? So these are stories, they are accounts that actually happen. So you believe what your father told you, right? So you believe what your father told you, right? Your father believed what his father told him, right? This is how it was in ancient times. So when you read in Hebrews 11, it said Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob all died having that faith. They not receiving the promise, but sinning to fall off. Abraham told Isaac, listen, you know I couldn't have kids, right? But then the Lord came and sat with me and told me, you go, right. That's a miracle. Isaac told Jacob and Esau. Jacob told his 12. These are the stories. This was happening in ancient times. You sat around, there wasn't no motherfucking PlayStation and TVs, man. You sat around and what Jacob said in Genesis 49, bring your ass here and sit down. Let me tell y'all something. These are the stories from ancestors, before and before, man. So you believe with anybody, I don't care who it is. It could be a nigga in the world. If he's telling his son, hey, go get the PS5 for you, I gotta go out here and handle some business. All he know is Pop coming back with that. You believe it. And this is our legacy. These are accounts that happen, man. So we reading about, that's what the Lord said in Psalm 78. He told our fathers to teach us these dark parables. These saying, this is why we keep saying, we don't need the so-called white man validation, man. This ours.
I got something to back you up after he.
May I ask a question, if you don't mind?
Hold on real quick. He was in the middle of saying something.
I apologize.
You all good, you all good.
Hebrews 10 and 37.
Man, you got to keep in mind too, our forefather Abraham, when I was breaking that down, our forefather Abraham was 100 when I was.
Right. Right.
So when Abraham is breaking it down to Isaac, and Isaac is breaking it down to his son, he's talking about the legacy of faith.
Right.
That's what it all went back to.
Right. I got cut off.
It all went back to that legacy of faith that was being pushed. And as we expanded as a nation of people, you have very few of the nation of Israel that actually live in a household of faith. You have a lot of Israelites who identify as Israelites, but they're not of the household of faith. Because look at what our forefather Abraham went through. Right. Being circumcised at 99, having his first son at 100. Right. I mean, selected having Isaac at 100. It takes an unimaginable amount of faith to move like that in the ancient world.
Hey, you know how heavy it is? For you did the Lord dealing with you personally, but he was like, man, I don't care about that shit right there.
Right.
You finna have another.
Right.
I don't care about him. He gonna be alright, but I'm not giving him shit. Come on, man. This is what we dealing with. Hope, faith, that heirloom that we talk about all the time. It's a family heirloom, man. You got it. Hold on, bro. Hold on.
Hebrews 10 and 37. For yet a little while, and he that shall come will come, and will not tarry. Now the just shall live by faith. But if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him.
Because our forefather Abraham was known as a friend to the Lord.
Right.
Why? Because of his faith. He trusted the Lord.
Right.
In the midst of being uncircumcised, he trusted the Lord. And that's why Paul went into, before Abraham was even circumcised, he was counted, his faith was rewarded, which gives the nation of Israel access to that mercy again, especially in these last days, where 2/3 refuse it, but it still has to be offered, because that's a part of the heritage. As descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, we have always had access to mercy, because it was promised to our forefathers before we went off on the law.
Lord had to play out in our story. Lord had to play out in our story so we can read Isaiah 55:3 when it said the sure mercy of David. That was a part of the legacy. So we can lean back and like, oh man, the Lord gave King David supposed to got. The Lord was like, this applies to y'all.
Right.
We can have confidence in that.
Come back in 30 minutes.
No, you know why? I'm half Jewish, half Italian. I know Hebrew.
Okay.
And scrolls. You're correct in a lot of ways. I am informed. I'm not disrespecting nobody. But you say this one, and that one. Now, if you go back to the original Bible, after the Jewish scrolls.
Excuse me, brother. I had a point I wanted to make pertaining to the topic because we was getting into something that was actually
I'm
substance.
sorry.
So this is addition to Esther chapter 5 and verse 4, because the brother was talking about, you know, the accounts that were passed down, you know, to our forefathers, and how those accounts that were passed down to our forefathers, that's what galvanized the spirit of the ancient, man. You know, they heard of the stories of Isaac, of Abraham. Those accounts were passed down. You know, and as they were passed down, the household of faith, you know, they believed on those accounts. And we're here in these latter days, believing on that account once again, Lord willing, what He elect. This addition to Esther chapter 5 and verse 5. From my youth up, I have heard in the tribe of my family that Thou, O Lord, tookest Israel from among all people.
Because in the ancient world, that was your education. You grew up under your father. Your father was like, you know what? I fought in the war with King David and all of that was going on. This is what our family did. And you grew up in that legacy of what the Lord did for us as a nation of people and where you fit in that puzzle. We've been cut off from that. That's why we can just live by faith. All of our genealogies have been cut off by the so-called white man and his conflict. So we are disconnected from where we are in that legacy. That's on a personal note. But we know we're Israelites in general through the spirit of poverty out by Shah. We're able to look at the accounts of our forefathers and have comfort and most importantly faith and confidence in the Lord, because what He did before He's about to do again.
Right. From my youth up, I have heard in the tribe of my family that Thou, O Lord, tookest Israel from among all people and our fathers from all their predecessors for a perpetual inheritance, and that Thou hast performed whatsoever Thou didst promise me. Yeah. It's the second Maccabees chapter 15 and verse 9. It says, and so comforting, verse 7. But Maccabeus had ever sure confidence that the Lord would help him. Wherefore he exhorted his people not to fear the coming of the heathen against them, but to remember the help which in former times they have received from heaven, and now to expect the victory and aid.
Same thing applies now, man. Read it one more time from the top, bro.
Wherefore he exhorted his people.
Listen, let me say it real quick. No, we listen. We teaching.
I know.
You can listen, but listen. Let me say something.
Yeah.
You said something that just threw me the fuck off.
You know why?
You said y'all were right in a lot of ways. We done. But we can tell you right now, we right everywhere.
That's right.
According to the Bible.
That's right.
So we don't need your validation.
That's it.
No.
About nothing about no scrolls, none of that. You said Jewish. Ain't no fucking Jewish. Ish was made up. So when you say Jewish,
Israelites.
we done. Go ahead, bro.
Second Maccabees 15 and verse 8.
Hey, go.
Where,
Have a good night, bro.
what?
Have a good night. Good luck.
No, you good.
Start back at 7.
Second Maccabees 15 and verse 7. But Maccabeus had ever sure confidence that the Lord would help him. Wherefore he exhorted his people not to fear the coming of the heathen against them.
Right. We don't give a fuck about you heathens, man.
Right.
We don't need the fucking white man validation for nothing, man.
Right, man.
We don't need it.
Hey, like our forefathers said, this is our building, man. You don't have nothing to do with this, man. This is Second Maccabees 15 and 8. But to remember the help which in former times they have received from heaven, and now to expect the victory and aid which shall come unto them from the Almighty, and so comforting them out of the law and the prophets, and withal putting them in mind of the battles that they have won afore, he made them more cheerful. And when he had stirred up their minds, he gave them their charge, shewing them that therewithal the falsehood of the heathen, and the breach of oaths. Thus he armed every one of them, not so much with defense of shields and spears, as with comfortable and good words,
confidence, man. In good words, man. You got it.
And beside that, he told them a dream worthy to be believed, as if it had been so indeed, which did not a little rejoice them.
That's what Abraham, Isaac, when it say in Hebrews 11, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob died not seeing it. It said they seen the fall, but not receiving it. One more time, because they believed it.
Yeah.
Read that last line again, man.
2 Maccabees 15 and verse.
Hey, anybody say you right in a lot of ways? Fuck off. We got real teachers. We got the real teachers of Israel on the fucking planet. We talking about the real scholars.
Right.
Fuck off, man. You right in a lot of ways. No, bitch. We right in every way according to Yahweh Shema Rashah. We don't need nobody else validation. We got the apostles, elders, bishops, and elders, GMS. Fuck off.
Right. And if you ever notice, when the word comes out, that's when everybody got an opinion. Right. But they won't take their ass and teach what they know.
Right.
They always want to come on your platform and talk about what they know. But listen, at the end of the day, this ain't the time of the scribes, man. Nobody's writing down what you're saying. What has been written is what we believe, and that's what we teach.
That's it, man.
So it's not an opinion.
Exactly.
What we preach is not an opinion.
It's written.
It's written.
Or
It's a lot.
2 Maccabees 15 and verse 11. Thus he armed every one of them, not so much with defense of shields and spears, as with comfortable and good words.
Throughout our legacy, we've always been many times outnumbered, without the right resources, and all it took through the Spirit was faith in Yahweh Shah. And the Lord gave us victories over battles that on paper we should have lost.
Right.
There was when you deal with the account of Gideon, the Lord was like, drop the numbers, because I don't want them to think I don't want them to think they hot shit.
Right.
Drop the numbers. I need these numbers low so they know who it's coming from. Who did what here today. And the Lord's about to do it again. When we look at our forefathers, if the Lord delivered us in Egypt, this shit's small. This shit's small. We was on foot running from niggas with horses, chariots. On paper, we ain't have a fucking shot. And the Lord did that.
And we went running.
So what's a tank and a drone considering what the Lord done already did for us?
At one time we had no weapons. We were throwing
One
hands.
time from the top.
That's where we go, man.
Hey, it wasn't a whole army. Yeah, women and children.
Exactly.
The elderly.
And we went running.
Right.
We walked out of there.
That show you how much they trusted in the Lord, though. Because you're not running. Israel, that was our chiefest enemy right there. And Jacob was walking out of there,
Right.
and they were sustained.
Hey, spoil the Egyptians as we go.
Let's go.
You're the one.
Hey, that's because I was going to the other day. Hey, the Edomites were scared of us, man. That's why they came from the back. Amalek, you bitch ass nigga. That's why you came from the back. Snatched up women and children, bitch.
The Lord has got that. The Lord needs that one too.
What do you think about the counsel of King David? King David said the sorrows of hell encompassed me. King David was a mighty man of war. He was climbing walls, dodging arrows, and killing men with one swipe with the confidence of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. It's a lot, bro.
2 Maccabees 15 and 11. Thus he armed every one of them, not so much with defense of shields and spears, as with comfortable and good words. And beside that, he told them a dream worthy to be believed, as if it had been so indeed.
Because it's real, man. This dream is becoming a legacy, man. It's becoming reality. Go ahead. That was it on that?
Which did not a little rejoice them. Yeah.
Right, now, to back that up, right? Because it say good words. So he say arm them with the faith, the truth. Get Ephesians 6 and 17 real quick. Just want to read that for you.
Ephesians 6 and verse
So what he
17.
armed them with is what? It's all spiritual. And 2 Corinthians 10 say, man, it's a spiritual battle. You got it.
It says, and take the helmet of salvation
Right?
and the sword of the Spirit,
Which is what?
which is the word of the Heavenly Father.
See, our sword is the word of the Lord, man. That's it. You got it, though.
This is Joshua chapter 4, starting at 22. Then ye shall tell your children, no, saying, Israel came over this Jordan on dry land. For the Lord your God dried up the waters of Jordan from before you.
The Lord split a body of water we walk across on dry land. No other nation can talk about this. It's not a part of their legacy. The Lord has literally defied physics for his people on many occasions. Things that on paper would not be possible, the Lord's intervened on our behalf. And all he required of us was actual legitimate trust in him. When we trust in the Lord, impossible things happen on the earth. Point blank.
And that's why the house of David waxed stronger than the house of Saul. Because of the faith. Hey, David said that that his sword shall not save him. Right? So he was relying on his faith, man.
Part of the waters, man. Spiritual power, man.
That's how we know we serve a living power. So when we say we serve the true living power, the living God, that's what we're talking about. These other nations, man, they serving these lifeless idols.
They have to rescue their own idols.
They gotta put them on their shoulders. It's a flood, grab Sheba. Anybody got flood? Grab Sheba.
Where that Buddha at?
Feed Sheba.
Don't let the water touch it or else it'll rust.
Yeah. Don't let Sheba rust. Don't let Buddha rust. Grab them. It's a flood. Our Lord lives, man.
Joshua 4:23. For the Lord your God dried up the waters of Jordan before you until ye were passed over, as the Lord your God did to the Red Sea.
A pillar by day, a fire by night. The Lord repeats certain things to remind us of how far he went for us. Whenever the Lord challenges us to have faith, he reminds us of how far he done went. Our forefather Abraham had to present Isaac. The Lord gave us Yahweh. So the Lord is willing to go above and beyond on our behalf, and he is going to do that in this time, in this day and age. But it's only for the elect. Only the elect have the gift to believe the Lord in a moment of uncertainty like no other. Because on paper, Esau's winning. On paper, this is checkmate. But the Lord thrives in this type of environment. This is what the reputation of the Heavenly Father is built on, the impossible.
The Lord your God did to the Red Sea, which he dried up before us until we were gone over, that all the people of the earth might know the hand of the Lord that is mighty, that ye may fear the Lord your God forever.
Yeah, that whitewashed version of Christianity is not biblical. The Lord is always vouching for his own people. He never gave a fuck about you other nations. And that ain't changed. The Lord only cared about his people, the prophets, the disciples, the apostles. When they were with the Lord, they didn't ask the Lord about the heathens. They said, are you going to restore the kingdom unto us? Our forefathers been waiting on this. This is time. That the scriptures is full of that. Our forefathers asking the Lord, when you going to do it for us? Fuck the other nations. They never cared about you.
And these two-third turns out here, okay, they just worried about the salvation for these Edomites, man. They don't want no parts of salvation unless they can be included.
And that's why they're not fit.
Right.
2/3 not fit. They lack that rulership mentality. And the Lord made us a ruling nation of people. We're a nation that's supposed to have rulership and dominion and righteousness. So they are trees with no fruit. They serve no purpose out there. They're supposed to be an image of righteousness. They're supposed to be striving after serving the Lord. 2/3 are not doing that, therefore they're out of their purpose. They're not serving their purpose on earth, and that's why they're going to be removed.
I got one for you. This is what's that one I gave nation for that sake, people for that sake?
43. Isaiah 43.
Yes. The water. This is Isaiah 43. start at verse 4. It says, since thou wast precious in my sight, thou hast been honorable, and I have loved thee, therefore will I give men for thee and people for thy life. And the Lord has done that multiple times, man. The Lord has given people or nations over for our sake, man. And Egypt is just one example. When you go into the first 5 books, the Lord constantly reiterates what he did in Egypt as a reminder. The Lord that delivered you out of the land of Egypt. The Lord that delivered you out of the land of Egypt. He constantly reiterates that to put us in remembrance of what he did. How he destroyed a people for our sake, man. You know, and the same thing is going to happen. It's not impossible here in America. It's not impossible. And the Lord is going to wipe away these Babylonians for the elect's sake, man. Because their lives are insignificant on the grand scheme of things, man. Because like the brother said, this is supposed to be an image of righteousness in the earth. Right now, there's only an image of wickedness and indecency. These people's lives are insignificant. The majority of these people, like the scriptures say, have been born in vain. They're just placeholders for judgment.
It's Wisdom of Solomon 18 and 13. For whereas they would not believe anything by reason of the enchantments, upon the destruction of the firstborn, they acknowledge this people to be the sons of God.
Right, they acknowledge it when the heat got too hot. When the fire got real hot, that's when they acknowledge that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua was, man. Because the Lord sent many plagues before that.
Yeah. Hey, the magicians, man, the Magi, whatever they call it.
Yeah, Magi.
Yeah, they said, man, hey, when the Lord sucked them lice, nigga can't do that.
Hey, hold on.
That's not earthly, that man. Hey, them niggas said, hey, man, Yahweh did this.
I got it. It's Exodus 8 and 18, and I'm gonna start up. Verse 17, and they did so, for Aaron stretched out his hand with his rod and smote the dust of the earth, and it became lice in man and in beast. All the dust of the land became lice throughout all the land of Egypt.
All the dust of the land became lice? That's terrifying, man.
And the magicians did so with their enchantments to bring forth lice, but they could not. So there were lice upon man and upon beast. Then the magician said unto Pharaoh, this is the finger of God. And Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and he hearkened not unto them, as the Lord had said.
Yeah, they couldn't duplicate that. They had to acknowledge that was from their God, man. They couldn't duplicate the power of the Lord. And Esau is gonna try his best to duplicate the power of the Lord, but he's gonna fail, man.
You're gonna use technology. You gotta use the Lord's creation to become a God in the earth. That don't make you a God. You're cosplaying God. And you're doing a terrible job at it.
Right.
But the Lord set up a unworthy enemy to be an example of power, man. So when the Lord take him down in all of his so-called majesty, the world is going to acknowledge the Lord as the true power in the earth.
Because all the elements that the so-called white man uses is the Lord.
Yeah, the nigga ain't making new elements.
Right.
Nigga using existing elements, existing creation to go against the one that made them.
Right.
What kind of dumbass plan is that? And this is the smartest nigga on earth?
Right.
He's kicking against the prick.
That's exactly what he's doing.
But he's gonna find himself to be just a man. The Lord is gonna show him that he's just a man, just like he did in Egypt. Because Pharaoh thought he was a god. He thought, man, I'm there, I'm him. And the Lord had to humble him through judgment, man. Same way Esau. Esau is on an even more prideful level than the pharaohs of Egypt, man. Esau believed that he is for real. That's why the Lord is gonna humble him and show him that he's just a man through judgment.
Hey, freeze up. In Job 4:17, shall mortal man be more just than God? Shall a man be more pure than his maker? How much less than them that dwell in houses of clay, whose foundation is in the dust, which are crushed before the moth. They are destroyed from morning to evening. They perish forever without any regarding it. Doeth not that excellency which is in them go away? They die even without wisdom.
Hey, it said their foundation is dust. Hey, that's going back to Genesis, man. Their foundation is confusion, man. got speakers outside of the
Outside the
bed.
car.
Jake
Don't even
Jake
sound that
ass
good.
backwards, man.
Don't even sound that
He
good.
can't even hear the music, bro.
He wants you to hear him coming through. Dumbass.
Okay. This is Yeshaya, Isaiah 51 and 1. Hearken to me, ye that follow after righteousness. Ye that seek the Lord, look unto the rock where, whence ye are hewn.
Yeah, because the Lord reserved a set of men who would dedicate themselves in the spirit to the will of the Heavenly Father. 2/3 of our people are out there chasing their own will inside of Esau's world, but they don't desire righteousness. The elect themselves don't just desire righteousness for themselves. They want to see the world ran in righteousness under Yahweh Shai. It don't matter if you have a little success in this society if the world is wicked. It's not a double. That's why we look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwells righteousness. In the kingdom of heaven, righteousness is going to pour out the earth. The world is going to be judged according to righteousness, not according to your bank account, not according to who's your friend, who's your father's friend. It's going to be unbiased judgment in the earth, in righteousness. And the world needs that for people to actually enjoy the earth, man. There's no reason why niggas should turn on Red Dead Redemption to distract themselves from reality. Turning on Call of Duty with a headset and try to ignore the world around you. The Lord made earth to be enjoyed. After 1,000 years of captivity, the heathens are going to enjoy the earth. Way more than they are on this side, because it's going to be ran in righteousness. They're going to be able to enjoy their children. You're not going to have to worry about somebody knocking on their door about a mortgage, because we taxing you on land that's already yours. That's wicked, man. And it shows you Esau does not deserve to be in rulership. The nigga's greed has no end.
That's why we mentioned earlier. If the Lord let this thing continue, man, ain't gonna be nothing left for AI, man. Then AI gonna fucking take over.
Yeah.
And the proof that Esau would never stop is what he's doing to his own people. What he's doing to his own people is proof that the nigga would never stop. He did everything to all other nations and then turned on himself. A nigga like that, you can't do nothing with a nigga like that. There's no bargaining and negotiating with the so-called whiteness. There is no bargaining with it. The delusion is real in the so-called whiteness. It just comes from a governmental level.
Hey, it says, the scripture say, to him that is evil to himself, to whom will he do good?
Right, that's beautiful.
Esau, like the brother's going into, Esau is evil to himself. Right. He put his own people in the ghetto. He put his own people under Section 8 and welfare. He put his own people in the middle and low class.
He conquered the whole earth and then turned on his own people. What type of nigga is you, man?
Fucking idiot.
And you in rulership, you in control of all the resources. That nigga say people don't deserve water. What kind of nigga is this, bro?
Like you created this shit.
This is the original gangster.
Right.
Yeah.
Jake is cosplaying the Edomite. When they in the hood talking about smoking on Ray Ray and we just slid last night,
Right.
they cosplaying Edomite.
That's it.
Right.
Cause that nigga's black ops. That nigga hop out of a jet and come kill you.
Right.
Hey, and just like Jake look up to Abraham, they look up to Tubal Cain, man.
Yeah, they look at Jake in the hood growing up, and I always looked up to Al Capone. You know, it's mafia. Jake look up to Edomite.
Yeah, bro.
Damn devil, man.
Yeah.
And this the same devil that'll go with an AR-15 and clear out a whole grocery store and turn the gun on himself, man.
Hey, and you can see it.
He want crash.
You can see that all of them have that spirit, because even the ones that are poverty stricken on a low level with Jake, them be the ones that be in the back cutting themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like Jake can hit the bottom try to escape reality like you're talking about. But
Jake ain't checking out.
Jake ain't finna he ain't finna be in there cutting himself.
Bring the kids. I'm about to kill the kids. Jake don't never think of
Putting
and
cigarettes out in his arm and shit.
Jake be having about $3. Drink a black and just be at the crib, sit down, just swallow in their sorrow, just like,
Yeah.
Never come checking out though.
Then you got a phone call and hey, let's go hang out. All right, you know, all is right.
Genesis 4:23. And the mix said it to his wives, God and Zillah, Hear my voice, ye wives of the mess. Hearken to my speech. For I have slain a man to my wounded, and a young man to my hurt. If Cain shall be avenged sevenfold, truly Lamech 70 and sevenfold.
Yeah, that's just like one of them modern day rap songs.
Yeah.
I'm catching bodies, ain't nobody gonna touch. I'm gonna touch them.
Hey.
And Jake done adopted that mindset. What you see going on in the hoods and ghettos is a cheap imitation of the so-called white man.
Right.
While he parades himself as being some kind of civilized individual, the nigga's just a beast with clothes on. All the wickedness the so-called white man has done to other nations and people, Jake just pretending to do that to each other. They're pretending to be Edomites and doing it to each other.
And to make that point, right? Because this is the same chapter as before. So Lamech said, if Cain should be avenged, right? Truly Lamech 70 and sevenfold, which is unlimited. Which I could just, so this was the Lord told
That means
Cain.
they knew about the head.
Right. Genesis 4:15, and Yahweh said unto him, therefore whosoever slave Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, and ended finding him to kill him. So Lamech knew, shit, we can get away with murder.
But you know what? That's what makes this time so beautiful. Because now that hedge that was put on them
Right.
back then is being removed.
So it's the Lord. Man, let me get this.
So you're going to see vengeance on another level. You're going to see vengeance on another level because his sins done stacked up since back then.
Right.
He never paid
Right.
for that.
Exactly. This Numbers 24 and 20. And when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he shall perish forever.
Right. So his transgressions, his iniquity has been stored up for this time we're living in now.
Right.
And now the Lord's going to unleash his floodgates. Once the hedge is removed from Esau, everything this nigga's done is required. The hedge was given to him for a point in time, but it's being removed.
It is. Psalm 73 and 5, they are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. So that's why, going back to the head, like brother said, hey, Lamech knew, shit, man, my granddaddy, man, he killed his brother and got away with it, man.
So this is Job 20, starting at 11. His bones are full of the sin of his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust.
That nigga ain't done. He ain't done, and he don't get tired.
Nope.
You got a 100-year-old Edomite. Why die? them niggas don't never give up, man. They never think in their mind, we just gonna stop being wicked. We gonna stop. Never, man. From your job all the way to the secret society, these Edomites operate the same way.
You get that one more time about the shot from the top?
Job 20 and 11. His bones are full of the sin of his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust.
This is Job 11 and 20. But the eyes of the wicked shall fail, and they shall not escape, and their hope shall be as the giving up of the ghost.
Exactly, because you think the planet, what the world we live in today was thought of by Edomites who died hundreds of years ago. They all sat down in a meeting and planned in 50 to 60 years, 70, 80 years, and 100 years, we'll be able to convince the people to do this. And then we'll be able to do this for the next 100 years. Right. So Esau's continuing to plot. And his vision is that he's going to turn this all into a digital realm where AI is able to be his eyes and ears. And he can present himself as God while automating oppression. Because once you put everything in a digital space, all you got to do is do a simple algorithm and you automate oppression. You ain't got to touch a nigga. Nigga can't go to Walmart, you can't go to CVS. If you go there, Esau decide what you can buy. Like smart contracts.
Like China.
Yeah,
Like China.
Exactly. China is just a mirror because it was easier for Esau to practice the image of the beast in China where there's a dictatorship as opposed to a democracy. Because you still have to play the game of getting votes and you still got to play this little game that they play. In China, they can just roll this shit out. And that's why you see it rolled out in its pretty much complete form. They got one app for everything. Imagine Amazon, where you buy tickets at, everything is in one app on your phone. Your money, everything is in one app on your phone. And if you violate, speak against the government, they cut your water off. You can't even leave your block if they don't want you to. You can't buy a ticket to leave to the next town if they don't want you to, let alone leave the country.
They turn America from a democracy to a dictatorship.
And all they need is a black swan event to justify it.
That's why they're making these 15-minute cities. They're making everything easily accessible, so you can be incubated in your own little space. And this place is fascinated with the technocracy of this devil, man. Everything is just so instant and
It's amazing.
it's so look at that. I scanned it with my hand. And
Convenience.
convenience is about to kill on a major scale.
AI. With AI, artificial idumia. Once he implement that, it's over. Once he implement that, now he got a digital version of himself regulating shit.
Hey,
Laying down, standing on business. The AI edition.
Hey, and I saw an article earlier this week talking about Elon Musk got these incubator robots, man. So this devil got robots to where all you need to do as a person is send the egg, your egg, the female send her egg, the guy send his seed. They gonna put that shit together, stick it in the robot, and then y'all can just run off into the sunset doing all type of fucking. That's the Matrix coming in real life, man.
Bro, the brother Azaria put us on that movie Surrogates, man. When the dude, he had a little, his wife was in the hospital, we got a little AI robot. Listen, them AI robots come to life, man, that AI box gonna hit different, man. If you see the man in that, bro, he went crazy over that AI robot.
hey, she was working a lot.
Yeah.
Once she working a lot.
She had in the hospital with a heart attack.
Hey, that's a different one.
Okay.
Over the Jake.
Okay,
When I put in the
didn't see
chat.
that. I didn't see that.
And I got that from the main chat, the program. The elder from the main chat. Hey, the chick, she was working a lot. And he was retired. So she bought him one. He came in the box.
Right.
He said, no, I don't want that.
I haven't seen that yet.
It's a series that he opened it up. Hey, that box was hit. So then the wife got jealous. She like, damn. They was outside. So she come home. They outside on the little gazebo chilling. Hey, she got. He said, hey, you got it for me.
Yeah.
What you mad?
That's right. Yeah. His toes are all curved.
She wound up killing him. She wound up killing her husband because he was in that AI box.
Computer love. That shit hit different.
That same episode, you talking about Jake told his wife, he was like, well, I think I love her. I was like, what?
He said, "Eve want me."
This is Revelation 13 and 15. And to see them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by the sword of dear live. And these miracles is his technocracy. Everybody, wow, man. Yeah, he got the Apple phone. Who you talking to? Oh, yeah, I only need the phone no more because everything is getting smaller and smaller.
And see, China, when you go to 2nd Extra 15 chapter, it talks about how they made themselves like the image of Babylon.
Yep.
Because everything that's going on over there in China is really more advanced concerning the image of the beast. But they done already had time to practice and build an infrastructure. They got phones now, they got Huawei phones where you can grab an image like this and then do this and it'll transfer the file to the next phone. So they're moving, they're fast tracking this to a point where once they roll it out, places like China are already ready.
Yeah, they're ready.
But it's not going to stop. All of this controlled opposition and these guys going against these guys, the elites are controlling both sides to bring about the image on a global scale.
Hey, so what China did was make itself off the America. They bans now America is trying to come off of China and they bans, man.
Right. And the reason why China was able to do that, their system is not built on the corruption that America is built on.
Yeah.
So they have the funds to do what they're doing.
Yeah, they have a different type of government where they can fashion it. Like Xi Jinping, you don't have to have to deal with elections.
Right.
He's a lifetime leader. That's why there's a saying, monarchy is the purest form of government. Because with a monarchy, rulership comes from one place, and then it's executed according to that will of that one place. Yahweh Shai is going to sit on top of the kingdom, and his will is going to be executed through the governing body. That's a pure form of government. With a democracy, a so-called democracy, there's so many points of corruption. Right now, Babylon the Great, which is America, is being liquidated by its own politicians.
Yep.
When they talk about giving aid to Ukraine, that's lining the pockets of the politicians and the defense contractors that live in America. So you're not really helping them. You're just enriching Americans with tax dollars.
That's right. And like the brother was going into how it's all controlled opposition. When you look at Biden and his administration, man, Biden was pushing LGBTQ. He was pushing these 187 clinics and all this weirdo activity. Then they put Trump in office and he's shutting all of it down. Yeah. You got food stamps, you got everything that was given out freely by Biden, and now you got Trump coming in office and he's reneging on the words that he said.
Right. And the other nations are saying, we can't trust y'all.
That's right.
Right, and that's part of the division.
Yeah.
See, the Heavenly Father is surgically dividing America perfectly.
Because the other nations are saying, look, every 4 to 8 years, y'all niggas lying. Like, every 4 to 8 years, y'all niggas make a deal. And I can't trust your word. Right. Y'all had me on this one deal. This nigga get in office and he say, we ain't doing none of that shit no more. So why should I even trust any of y'all? And that's why it's going to end up in World War III, because the BRICS nations are building their own infrastructure. Even if people don't believe the Lord coming back, just on paper, Babylon the Great, America is on its sunset. It's an empire that's falling. It's an empire in decline. The Lord is just going to fast track that.
Hey, and what you were bringing out, the elders been talking about two sides of the same coin for 40 plus years, man. Yep. So you had Biden with one extreme to the far left, and then you got Trump with the other extreme to the far right. Well, it shows balance, but it should also show you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that your rest and your hope should not be in this place, man.
Right. Because the devil slot. This devil, Biden let all these immigrants in. He was allowing the gate. He just opened up the floodgates. So-called immigrants, because the real immigrants is this so-called white people out here. Okay? But then look what Trump is doing. He's moving fast, man. As soon as he got in office, he was signing all kinds of executive orders and wasn't even reading the paper, man.
And then Obama balanced it out. Biden took it to the left. Trump,
And that's
the whole spectrum been touched.
and that's by design, because the elders and apostles go into it all the time about that order of chaos.
Exactly.
They're creating chaos through all of these executive orders and all these different proposals that they have, so that the people are searching for. They reacting like, oh no, what we gonna do?
And you lose a little bit more freedom every time. Mm-hmm. That's why it's through gradualism. Like alien dialectic, the way it works is that you don't just do something crazy and then get everything you want. Right. You do it incrementally. Yes. You hit them with something. You hit them with something, and then you turn the water up a little, you turn the heat up a little bit, not too much, but then you turn up a little bit more. We're at the top of it now. Like, these people don't realize the freedom that they thought they have, they don't actually have in reality. And that was taken away from you because you didn't feel safe after 9/11. And it's only increased for you.
Hey, and that goes into the art of war as well, because the goal of war is to exhaust the least amount of resources as possible. Right. So if you do it if you do it all out, if Esau was just to roll everything out, he'll lose so much resources because people is gonna fight against him. So he'll lose so much resources, it's not worth it. So when you put it in gradually, people aren't going to resist as hard as they would if you was just to force something on them off bat. Exactly, like frogs in the hot pot.
It's already there.
They don't even know they cook.
Now, look, the hypocrisy of government, if you ask any politician in government, what's your legacy, they're always going to tell you that my father's father came from somewhere else. Yeah. But they call themselves an American citizen. So that's hypocrisy.
fucking land of the free.
Right.
Home of the brave.
Revelation chapter 13 and 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth. And he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon.
Right. Hey, and he comes off peaceably. Esau comes off as if he's some benevolent character, but behind his in his heart of hearts, he's a dragon, man. He's just a wiser version of the serpent that was in the garden.
Hey, because Trump ain't said nothing about cutting no stamps off. He was running. He ain't said nothing about no Section 8, none of that. He was running. Hey, because he wouldn't have had nobody in the audience, man.
And a lot of people don't realize, but brothers bring it out all the time, that affected a lot of Edomites.
Right.
Because a lot of Edomites is on food stamps,
Well,
man.
hey, DEI really affected Edomites.
Yeah.
The biggest recipient of DEI was the so-called white man.
Ain't that much entrepreneur Jakes, man. Stop that shit.
That whole diversity, inclusion, all of that. The person who benefited the most was the so-called white woman.
Woman, yeah.
Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans didn't benefit that much in comparison to the white woman who benefited from the DEI program. Because they trying to put ass back in the kitchen. Because the birth rates.
The LGBTQXYZ community benefits more than the so-called black community. We're
That
like
was-
second to
that was
last
symbolic.
on the list.
Yeah.
It made them low IQ Edomites think that there was some kind of victory. The jobs you ain't getting new jobs because of that. Really, he did that, and it's really going to affect the so-called white woman. And one thing that the guy J.D. Vance, the vice president, said was that we want to see more families. He ain't talking about you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. The Lord done made them niggas small. Amongst the heat, they small right now.
I get that, man.
Because that's always been a part of their illusion. They've always been the minority, but they've came out with systems to make them seem like the majority. And that's one of the veils that's being uncovered here in these latter days. Because Esau is the minority, man. His birth rates, like the brothers going into, are at an all-time low. What Jake is doing, what we've always done in captivity, is multiply. When shit get hard for Jake, he start multiplying, man. When shit get hard for Esau like it is now, they start dwindling off. So, like the brother said, they trying to set things in place so that they bring that family back together. Because that's important in war, too.
Give them the spirit to go through that type of thing. Come on, brother. Honey, bring the kids.
He be doing this with a revolver. Bring the
And
kids.
I understand that according to the war population, the so-called white man is only like 7 to 8% of the world population. And so you cannot become a majority anyway.
Hey, and so a few years ago, they had three things that was happening. It was they had a pandemic, epidemic on ODing, suicide, and the birth defect. Birth that wasn't reproducing, man. This is Obadiah 1 and 2. Behold, I have made these small among the heathen that are greatly despised.
And the Lord has made them small. The Lord has cut them off significantly. You know, not only their numbers, but their power over the earth as well, man.
Yeah, because now they exposed. Their power when they had secrecy, man. Ain't no more secrecy anymore, man. When you got an Edomite that say, I need to find out what's going on with the Illuminati, that nigga Kennedy, even that nigga said that shit. We need to find out what's going on. What's going on behind the scenes? Hey, well, he ain't get to find out.
Oh,
But we did. Okay.
I think it was one of them JFK niggas that just got put on trial about how he said something about the blacks have Robert?
Yeah, RFK.
Yeah, the blacks have stronger immune
So they
systems.
shouldn't have to be vaccinated first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were vulnerable, right?
They gonna kill his ass. Yeah, the Lord said he gonna make your own tongue to fall for themselves, man. All this is happening because the Lord is awakened. Esau said, oh Lord, thou awakened, that should despise their image. Everything that comes with their image is everything, that legacy. Right, his tongue walking through the earth, Psalm 7:3 and 9, everything about them is outside now, man. Ain't no more, it was in the closet, come out of the closet, they out of the closet. Yeah.
What he said was, according to the science, our immune system is stronger. So that lets you know that they still conducting experiments on these so-called Negroes.
They've been doing
They ain't stopped. That ain't went nowhere.
all the way back to Tuskegee.
Hey, the scripture says he did a diligent search.
Diligent search.
Right.
This is Job 20 and 19. Because he had oppressed and had forsaken the poor, because he had violently taken away an house which he built it not.
And this is why the truth is so important in this day and age. Because without the truth, Esau's lies have been able to allow him to have a certain level of freedom and comfort. Because under the facade of we're not Edomites, we're Americans, or we're German, we're Russian. When you separate them like that, it makes it look like their crimes are just spread out. When you put them all in one place, you realize that this is the son of perdition. And just like Cain told the Lord, man, if they see me, they're going to slay me. If they were able to put two and two together and be like, oh shit, he did this to everybody, he wouldn't be safe nowhere. This is why his lies are so important to him. You wonder why he thought he'd be lying? To protect himself.
Hey, everyone that will find me will slay me.
To protect himself, he has to lie. He has to paint this picture. Because if he told a blatant truth, all the nations would see and put two and two together and realize, damn, he did this to all of us.
Hey, that was what I was saying earlier. That's what when I read this quote was Marcus quoted. Anybody right? The Lord like, no, I got a special judgment for this man.
Right.
Leave him alone. Let him do what he's doing. I know he gonna get on your fucking nerves. He gonna kill a lot of you. Right. Just leave him alone.
Job 20 and 20. Surely he shall not feed quietness in his belly.
Right.
He shall not save of that which he desires.
Because it says that take away how many good or not. Because he did that and say he finished scripture, one in Proverbs, that his own house is trouble now.
There shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods.
Right, he ain't gonna be comfortable no more, man. They ain't comfortable now.
Right.
And Esau holding that strap, man. These motherfuckers ain't comfortable, man. I'm talking about them that living in the suburbs, man. Hey, cause Jake is right around the motherfucking corner. It's gonna be Edomite on Edomite, man. That's right. And these motherfuckers know. I didn't heard these motherfuckers talking against each other, man. Edomites on Edomite. I said, damn, this nigga just said that shit. So, hey, they ain't comfortable, man. The Lord is really turning things upside down for the so-called white man.
Job 20 and 22. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him.
Hey, they might be mad at Jake, but hey, we ain't signing your check. We ain't gonna find y'all ass.
When Jake started talking shit to them, and they talk back, they say, well, look what you're doing in your community. So? Yeah. Alright. You ain't, alright, okay, so what?
Right. What's your point?
What are you doing to everybody else?
Right.
The only thing they can talk about is the shit Jake be doing to each other. Y'all niggas catching flights to put people in body bags.
That's right.
Globally.
Whole wet team.
Yeah, y'all got a whole government set up to push forth wickedness and justify it.
Right. Yeah.
Jake do shit to each other. Jake in their own neighborhoods fucking each other up. You fucking up everybody, including your own people.
Yeah, them niggas got the heat. Them niggas got the heat goggles and shit. Oh yeah, 3 in this room.
Right.
Target eliminated. Nigga a psycho. Nigga a psycho. Try to play our people like we evil. These niggas go kill a whole family. Just walk off like nothing happened.
All of this in the guise of keeping America safe. Right. But nobody's safe from this bastard.
And that's why that narrative is being broken down.
That's right.
I got something for you. This is Sirach or Ecclesiastes 14 and verse 5. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods. There is none worse than he that envieth himself. And this is a recompense of his wickedness. And if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly. At the last, he will declare his wickedness.
The Lord say the nigga, if he did good, he did ain't no accident. Like, the nigga don't want to do good, bro. Like, the Lord is describing a man you can't reason with. You got guys like Captain Cesario going on these podcasts, you can't reason with an Edomite. It ain't nothing you gonna tell an Edomite to be like, yeah, I'm going to slavery. I am the devil. You never gonna convince them of that. That's how psychotic and delusional these niggas is, man.
Hey, that's why the scripture says you're not supposed to strive with a fool like that unless you become like him, man. You know, and a lot of these jakes have become unreasonable as a result of trying to be like Esau, man. That's why, like the brother went into, that's why you have reapers of Chicago, reapers of Memphis, and all these different cities, because they mimicking Esau, man. Who's somebody that's unreasonable, man. You get into a lot of these young jakes, you can't tell them nothing, man.
They done turned into little animals. Esau perfected. His whole wish list for what he wanted niggas to be in 2025, mission complete with 2/3.
Perfect.
Mission complete. Them niggas is demons.
You got these girls, teenage girls, they going straight dyke. They ain't even had a dick. And they just straight dyke.
Straight
They
to the
ain't
road.
had a piece of dick.
Off of influence.
Nothing.
That shit.
They ain't had niggas sucking titties, nothing. They just straight. Everybody just sucking pussy.
Yeah. And everybody,
And getting sick from fucking with plasma.
hey, everybody weird. Everybody weird as fuck, man.
This shit crazy, bro.
Like you got these youngsters, man. They're going into all these devices in the bedroom and toys and whips and chains. Evil, man.
That nigga done destroyed sex. Like, even sex is just destroyed, depleted.
I saw a video where the stud was complaining because the female is complaining.
Yep.
You're not pumping enough.
Hey,
Right.
that's why
She goes-
he taking trouble. Oh boy.
You get whatever come out these jeans.
Yeah, right. He's like, this shit is tiresome.
Hey,
Hey, cause most of these young women out here, they virgins, man. They ain't had no dick, man.
no.
Everybody sucking pussy now. What, about 2 months ago, they had a damn night walk down here, man. Y'all remember that
Carpet
Saturday, the night walk, man.
Esau,
They got trouble coming,
the
bitch.
world under Esau is defiled, man. The world under Esau is defiled. There is no reasoning with this man.
The women, the men, the food, the animals, everything is defiled because of the so-called white man. Nigga make it work harder.
And this is why the kingdom of heaven is so important. It's comforting. The good news of Yahweh Shah coming back is comforting to us because we know that without the Lord intervening, there's nothing good coming down the pipeline. Esau done made the video games better and reality worse. And he has no intention of stopping what he's doing, man. Without the Lord intervening in the kingdom of heaven, things are going to actually flow one with nature. They're going to be in its proper context. Everything's going to be in righteousness and in order.
This is Tazapanya or Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 1. Woe to her that is filthy and polluted,
Right.
to the oppressing city. She obeyed not the voice, she received not correction. She trusted not in the Lord, she drew not near to her power.
And America is that oppressing city. When they talk about giving democracy to other nations, they're talking about exporting wickedness to that nation. Because what comes with the democracy of the so-called white man? The LGBTQ community, all right, a bunch of folly, a bunch of wickedness,
Women ruling over men.
women ruling over men. Women are supposed to be in order. They're supposed to be under guidance, under rulership. When you have the opposite, look at the society you get. A bunch of women on webcam selling their box. And they call that freedom and liberty.
Making millions, bro. The shorty, it was on the news article. The shorty made 70 million, bro, off OnlyFans.
And see, the world is not supposed to be conducted like this. Right. That's why in the kingdom of heaven you're gonna have order and righteousness. Where marriage is gonna be brought back, in a big way. Adultery is gonna be destroyed. Adultery is gonna be demolished in the kingdom of heaven. Even for the heathens. You ain't gonna be able to slide on somebody real, and then you're gonna have little guys like Brother's gonna be on a level, so brother's gonna be able to know. Man, I knew you did that shit. You lying. Hey, stone shower. Extra crispy. Extra crispy. Hey, bury him with the rock.
Bro, they promoting whores to the top of society, man.
Yeah, man.
That bitch made 70 million, and she not the one that made the most. It's bitches that made more than her.
Way more than her. You're right. It's a Jake on YouTube that got arrested. He was walking around Walmart spraying Raid on the groceries, man.
Yeah.
And they arrested him, and he said that he made 10 G's a month
Doing bullshit like that.
on content, bro.
Doing bullshit like that.
Boot game.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Easy to do stupid shit.
Yeah. Jumping on the counters and putting milk on himself. He
Yeah,
did. He tattooed his face
like go get a haircut.
and run out.
So
Right.
Hey, the scriptures say folly is set in great dignity.
That's right.
Because when you look at the internet in itself, all these people making money on the YouTube and Instagram, all that is those marketing dollars that used to go to cable TV, is just going to the internet.
Yeah.
The only reason that these niggas is willing to do whatever they willing to do is because those companies that used to pay CBS and Fox and HBO to put their commercial on there, they just put on everybody video. So that's what the money didn't come out of thin air. It just transferred from cable to the internet. But it's exposing what people are willing to do for $1. That's why it says folly is set in great dignity. This is unsustainable.
And it's a distraction to people too, man.
Right.
While shit really going on, while the Lord is really stirring up the earth with troubles, everybody's just immersed, man.
And everybody trying to get a little bit of that ad dollars.
Yeah.
So they on the internet doing anything just to get money. And this is why scriptures talk about folly being set in such great dignity and the rich sitting in low place. The nation of Israel and Yahushua are going to be the stewards of the planet. The earth needs to be in proper rulership, where the relationship between man and woman is reestablished in righteousness. What you eat, which affects how you think and operate in the earth, is going to be guarded and enforced in righteousness. You won't have an option to go to a restaurant and get pork in the kingdom of heaven. That won't be an option. You won't even have the option to destroy yourself in that way. You're going to have to go out of your way to destroy yourself. And we still going to catch you. That's right.
This is Psalms 82 and 2. How long will you judge unjustly and accept the persons of the wicked?
Right.
Defend the poor and fatherless. Do justice to the afflicted and needy. Do justice to the afflicted and needy. Deliver the poor and needy. Rid them out of the hand of the wicked. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course.
Right.
Because the Esau eagle.
What that does too is that breeds that reinforces the pride of these women. So now you got, which basically, like you said, it puts everything out of order. But the scriptures also talk about the Lord hates the proud heart. You got a lot of people that's getting prideful off of the money that they make. Feeling like they don't need to fall in line, they don't need to fall in order to be a man. Anything like that.
This is Job 10 and 21. Before I go whence I shall not return, even to the land of darkness and the shadow of death, a land of darkness as darkness itself, and of the shadow of death without any order, and when the light is darkness.
Yeah, the light is as darkness to this place. When you tell people things that are actually good for them, they mock and they scoff at, while glorifying things that are actively destroying them. This is why the earth needs to be ran in proper rulership. This is the complete opposite of that. And look at the condition of the people. But this ain't just about us being in the kingdom, having a bunch of wives and family. It's about the earth being set in this order.
Right.
I had looked this up on the net earlier this week, that they estimate it could be between 7 and 60 billion habitable planets just in the Milky Way alone. Just in the Milky Way. This is just one of many galaxies.
However,
But we can't get to that part until we get this controversy settled. There's so much more out there through the spirit of power by Shemel Shai, but it can't be accessed without this controversy being put to rest.
Ecclesiastes 10 and 5. There is an evil which I have seen under the sun, as an error which proceeded from the ruler. The father is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. So it's an error. He's saying there is an evil which I have seen under the sun, which is on earth, as an error which proceeded from the ruler. It's not an error. The Lord set it up this way, man.
And it's a classroom for the elect. Lord willing, we be a part of that number. This is a classroom of the Lord saying, see why I said to put them to death if they commit adultery. See why I told you to put the animal to death too. See why I told you this ain't free. See that? You see why I told y'all to have a land Sabbath? I ain't just talking just to talk. And the Lord, that's the conversation the Lord is having with the elect in this lifetime as we watch things descend into madness. And the Lord is just, you can hear the Lord in your head like, see what I said? That's why I said this. That's why I said, give people a rest day. Let niggas rest for a day. Goddamn.
Yeah, man. Real.
Hey, this crazy because Esau, man, this nigga was looking at these farmers. This nigga's removing all the cattle.
Right.
Like this nigga's literally killing off the goddamn cows, man. And create lab-grown meat. But the Lord said he was going to do that.
They say the tender mercies of his
The wicked is cruel. Yeah.
The man don't have no regard for life itself. The man don't care about life itself. Not even of his own people. He don't care about life.
And yeah, the Lord said a righteous man regards the life of his beast.
He showed he didn't care when he gave up his birthright.
Right.
Right.
He don't care about nothing, man. Nothing of value he cares about, man.
And that's why the vision at the end is clear. And it's clear who Esau is in the earth.
That's what I was going to make, man. Because the Lord gave specifics on pointing out who this guy is, man. The Lord said he told Cain, the earth should not yield its full strength to them. So it makes sense why they don't want to crop. They want to grow lab-grown food. Everything in the laboratory. So it makes sense now.
You're giving the facts to the earth.
Right.
But he can't use it.
Man, ain't nobody got to
It
Hey,
said,
because the Lord made, and I was looking at the point of the lesson on the week, the Lord made the ministry its husbandry. Right? You got to plant seed. You got to tender. You got to plant and water. The Lord made the ministry husbandry. And some white man ain't with that shit. Because they started out like that. When they took over the land from Gad and Reuben and Issachar, but that ain't what them niggas about. Them niggas was about advancing to create lab-grown meat.
and that's why I said in Wisdom of Solomon in the 2nd chapter, let us speedily use the creatures that are at our present, man.
This nigga cutting, this nigga want everything, man, listen. America is stupid now. Because now, Cracker Barrel putting everything, and all they food in the oven now. Everything. 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 What's supposed to be old country by then?
That's crazy.
America do, man. And people find out this is what they're doing. They transition, putting all their corn, carrots, mashed potatoes, salt meal, gravy, grits, all that shit get cooked in the ghetto, man.
Deteriorate. The quality.
That's because
Everything.
That's because Esau's God is his belly. And they promote this idea that capitalism brings forth innovation. No, capitalism brings forth greed. Your products haven't gotten better. Even the subscription system, where everybody is doing a subscription every year, and you paying more than double for what you would have bought one time.
Every year.
That's the product of capitalism. Your cars are broken down after 20 years, whereas back in the 80s, you could buy a solid car and still roll that bitch. As long as you keep the oil and the maintenance on it. Yeah. What Esau's God is his belly, and it speaks when you look at his society. All these corporations are trying to cut corners. They're not trying to give you a better product. They're trying to see how they can squeeze another dollar out of you without giving you any value in return.
Hey, we're going back
That's
to
wicked.
we go back to the joke. Hey, the Lord gave us everything, man. Because it's all pointing to this so-called white man. Job 13:4. They are forces of lies. They are positions of no value. It's supposed to be positions to cause, right? You got to buy you an old ass. Hey, you can go buy your old ass Regal old Monte Carlo or Cutlass, that motherfucker gonna ride forever, man.
You spend $1,000 on a phone, and 2 years later, it's slower than the newer phone.
Yeah, now you gotta upgrade.
You gotta upgrade.
Is that righteous? No, it's wicked.
But it supposed to be a position though.
This is his God is his belly, and this is why the Lord's not to remove him.
And you don't make money. This nigga got what? Hey, these car lots, hundreds of cars. Nobody gonna never buy that shit. Give a motherfucker a car. You just drive by these car lots. Them bitches be. You done just 3 years later, you see the same fucking car.
Like the ocean.
And then they move the bitch to the back and put new. Give a nigga a car. But you supposed to be a fucking physician.
Right.
Motherfuckers is sick and walking. Give a nigga a car.
All these disabled vets,
These niggas ain't shit, man.
they could benefit off of that, man. Vets. You know what I'm saying? Even if he gave it to his own people.
He's not a physician. This is the point the Lord is making.
Gotta turn the profit on everything.
Because otherwise, it wouldn't be no sick people, man. It wouldn't be no GMO food. And this is why I don't care what topic we put on now, it's gonna go back to the fucking white man. Any topic, it gotta go back to him. He's the reason we got topics.
Esau's the end of the world.
Because the Lord said, I'm gonna make Esau bear. You need to talk about this nigga every day, all day, till he be removed out the earth. What's that? That Psalm 10 and 15?
like every time I have a conversation with anyone that's complaining about the state of affairs here in America, I always ask them, who's doing this?
Right.
And they have dumbfounded look all the time. Who's doing this?
They gonna say the government.
Right, the government. Who's running the government? Right? I said last I checked, people that look like me ain't doing it. So and then it's like, oh, the white people? Yeah, you said it.
Right.
I got one.
I got one.
Go ahead.
It's Job 9 and 24 in the NLT. The whole earth is in the hands of the wicked.
Right.
And now I'm reading KJV slide. Romans 9 and 24 says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. God. If not, where and who is he?
Right. And the earth has been given unto his hands, and he's covered the faces of the judges. You know, the elders went into this a minute back. You know, the judges is not just the Lord and his son, but also the Israelites, man.
Right.
You know, he painted over who the true judges of the earth are, man. You know, and he's painted himself in that stead, and in painting himself in that stead, he's did a piss poor job in judging and executing righteousness, man.
Now, the scriptures say that the Israelites are going to be known in the kingdom as trees of righteousness. Meaning you can just take one Israelite, throw him across the universe. Wherever he land at, righteousness is going to spring forth from him.
Naturally.
And that's how the universe is going to be able to be explored. It's going to be explored under righteous stewards. The world needs righteous stewards. Not just somebody who's in control, but who's in control in righteousness. That's what Yahweh Shai is representing. The top of that kingdom, the top of that rulership. And under Yahweh Shai, that governing body is going to be those righteous rulers to govern the earth in righteousness and to set up order.
Right.
This is Proverbs 11 and 18. The wicked worketh its deceitful work, but to him that soweth righteousness shall be sure reward.
Yeah, and then all their works are deceitful. It tells you in Micah, the 2nd chapter, that they do it because it's in the power of their hand, man.
Right.
You know, it's in the power of their hands to change the times and the laws and the seasons. And that's why they do it. The Lord has given the world unto the hands of the wicked, like your brother read in Job 9 and 24. You know, that's why we're in need of different, a new rulership. You know, proper rulership, starting with Yahweh Shai and 144,000, King David and 144,000, which are going to exact righteousness, justice, and judgment in the earth, which is something that the world is lacking. Matter of fact, the world doesn't have. You know, point blank, period. This is Sirach or Ecclesiastes 10.
And before you get there, real quick, I had looked it up, and I'm just reading again. It says, scientists estimate that the Milky Way galaxy contains hundreds of millions to billions of potentially habitable planets. And this is just one galaxy. This is just one galaxy. This is just one galaxy, and it could be billions. Just here, just in this galaxy.
How was it created?
That's
But
beautiful.
that, but they have access.
Right.
That's beautiful, man. It shows
He's
you.
gonna condition our mind to be limited to the earth. Because he can't lead the earth.
Exactly.
So he's created a very limited mindset in our people, especially because Jake got far out imagination.
Right.
And a lot. When you look at the statistics of what they say is out there, they say it's more stars out there in the universe that they could count than sand on the beaches. On all of them.
Hey, it's spiritual that Jake has these beautiful imaginations because it's spiritual because Jake seen the miracles of the Lord.
Right.
So we've seen how powerful the Lord is. Literally saw the pillar by day. Like you looking at a huge chariot. That's why Jake's imagination is so extravagant because we've seen it.
Yeah, you go outside your tent and you just look up like,
Damn. And it's not no small one. It's a
manna, you eat manna.
That's why he pump all the chemicals to the kids, man. You know, the kids, their pineal gland is wide open, man.
Yeah.
So their imagination is bad. He pump all that food dye and chemical and all that bullshit in there to calcify their pineal gland, man, to suppress them.
And the Israelite children still develop quicker.
That's right.
Exactly.
Even with all of that, they still walk through their talks.
It's called the Esau got a term called neoteny, man. To where if you are put in a stringent environment, you tend to grow quicker. That's why Jake, when they in high school, 9th grade, 8th grade, they be having full beards and they be looking so rough. It's because they grow up in a rougher environment. They grow up quicker. Jake get muscles quicker. They grow taller quicker. It's because they put in a stringent environment, man. Esau grow up soft, and like that quote says, "Good times create weak men. Weak men create strong bad times, and bad times create strong men." You know, and Jake is naturally stronger than Esau, mentally, physically, emotionally.
That's why Esau has to create an education system that tells Jake that their beginning is slavery.
Right.
Because when you do that, you create a limited complex in the mind of the Israelite child. So they look at themselves like, oh, I was only good enough to be a slave in this. So now this is progress for me. Because now I can buy shoes and play the video game. Thank Martin Luther King, now I can do more than I did in the ancient world. Without realizing our legacy, our history through the Spirit is rich. And this is just what we know about our history.
And that's what Lord said, depart from this place, man. Michael 2:10 shall destroy you because it's mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, man.
And the more you try to dig in, the more you try to create a life for yourself here, the more you destroy that spirit that the Lord put in you.
Right, because it's all lies. You heard how Trump caused those files on Martin Luther for the Queen to be put out, and now everybody finding out the truth. The apostles been saying,
That's right, bro. I've been saying that.
but everybody so-called finding out the truth now about how Martin Luther for the Queen was a fucking lie. He was a whoremonger, man.
I want to bring out what you brought up before. This is Proverbs 12:10. A righteous man regarded the life of his beast.
And you have Jake from the hood up. Jake care about their animals. Jake take care of their animals. They have there's a compassion in the spirit of Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that you really don't find in any other nation. There's a level of compassion that Jake has because Jake is in a poverty-stricken situation. All of Jake's crimes be really behind poverty. Most of Jake's crimes is behind poverty. That's why the Lord's going to set up the nation of Israel through the Spirit of God in righteousness, and that compassion will be used for the benefit of mankind.
Right. I got one for you.
Yeah. A righteous man regarded the life of his beast, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel.
Yeah, Esau takes animals and put them in basically jails. And he called them zoos. You put an orca inside a confinement when it's used to swimming thousands of miles a day. And you confine it to basically a fishbowl for the amusement and the exploitation. That's wicked. The tender mercies of the wicked are cruel.
Proverbs 21:15. It is the joy of the just to do judgment, but destruction shall be to the workers of iniquity.
Right.
Proverbs 21 and 15. It is joy to the just to do judgment, but destruction shall be to the workers of iniquity.
And this is why through the Spirit, the elect, Lord willing to be a part of that number, are restless here. Because this is injustice. Not just for us as individuals, but as a nation of people. The earth in itself is in the wrong hands. And justice is not going forth in the earth. Just greed and destruction.
Right. This is Psalms 10, 15.
Oh, that's the spirit, bro. Let me get it for you, huh?
Go ahead.
Come on. That's the spirit.
This is Psalms chapter 10 and 15. Break thou the arm of the wicked and the evil man. Seek out his wickedness till thou find none. The Lord is king forever and ever. The heathen are perished out of his land. The Lord, thou hast heard the desire of the humble. Thou wilt prepare their heart. Thou wilt cause thine ear to hear, to judge the fatherless and the oppressed, that the man of the earth may no more oppress.
Right. The man of the earth, brother read Job 9 and 24. The earth was given to the hands of wicked.
This is Ecclesiastes or Sirach chapter 10 and verse 4. It says, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable.
And that one that is profitable is the one they ignorantly call Jesus. That's the one who's going to be set up to have rulership and dominion on earth. And under him, the nation of Israel has joint heirs. Lord willing to be a part of that number.
Verse 10, the physician cutteth off a long disease, and he that is today a king, tomorrow shall die. And the Lord is coming to cut off that long disease. That is Esau Edom. He's been a cancer, so to speak, in the planet Earth. All right, he's polluted every single facet of life that the Lord has set forth, man. He's literally a cancer that's spread throughout the planet Earth, man. And the Lord is coming to cut him off and set his son in place.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6 and verse 20. Therefore, the desire of wisdom, bring it to a kingdom. If your delight be then in thrones and scepters, O ye kings of the people, honor wisdom, that ye may reign forevermore.
Right.
The Lord tell Peter in Matthew 19, 27, right? He said, ye that follow me,
Right.
shall sit on the throne of judgment. So we read that again. Yeah, if you want to get it. You read that again, I get it.
So Wisdom of Solomon 6 and 20, and the Lord is telling us, look, plead the wisdom. All of the things that the scepters and the accessories to rulership will come in due time. But the most important part that separates the kingdom of heaven from every other kingdom is it's going to be established on wisdom. The other kingdoms were not established on wisdom. Now we're not just talking about the wisdom of this world, we're talking about the wisdom of the one you ignorantly call God. The world is going to be ran through that wisdom. That wisdom is going to be enforced in you. And through that, the earth is going to know what righteousness is. Wisdom of Solomon 6 and 20. Therefore, the desire of wisdom, bring it to a kingdom. If your delight be then in thrones and scepters, O ye kings of the people, honor wisdom, that ye may reign forevermore.
Talking to the Israelites. Let's start with the river. It's in Matthew 19 and 27. Then answered Peter said unto him, behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? Yahweh shall say unto them, verily I say unto you, that ye which shall follow me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, he also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. So it said, oh, one more time with that precept about the Lord talking to Israel.
It's the Wisdom of Solomon 6 and 20. Therefore, the desire of wisdom, bring it to a kingdom.
Right.
If your delight be then in thrones and scepters, O ye kings of the people, honor wisdom, that ye may reign forevermore.
Right.
And that's the proper understanding of kings and rulership.
Right.
It's not just a bragging right. It's not just a title that you have to have excess.
Right.
Because that's in this world we were taught that. You know, when you think about a king, you think about a guy sitting on the throne, and he can say, put off with his head, give me 4 more wives. No, a king is there to allocate the resources in righteousness. A king is established to allocate the resources and judgment and righteousness, so that his realm can be enjoyed in righteousness and in order. Being a king ain't just for the bragging rights and the title and the wives and the kids and the gold and the rubies. It's about the responsibility. And that's why the Lord is teaching his sons the responsibility first. All of those things can be added unto you in due season. But this is the most important part. This is the intangible part.
Right. That's why it says in Galatians. That's why it says in Galatians, that 4th chapter, that it had to be brought up under tutors and governors, until that appointed time.
And you think about wisdom of Solomon. Well, in Ecclesiastes, Solomon constantly talked about what would his son be after. And it wasn't about the schooling, because Solomon had the resources to give his child all the schooling he needed. But it's his character. What type of character was he? That's what worried Solomon. And he's like, who should I leave it to?
Right.
What was he worried about? The character of his son. The Lord is worried about, not even worried, the Lord is concerned with the character of the elect. The character of the elect is being built. Yep. It's being built through the trials and tribulations you go through. And you build character through the Spirit.
That's why Peter said, 2 Peter 3, right? Knowing that the earth will be destroyed, what should your conduct be? So real quick, go ahead. Revelation 2 and 25, but that which ye have already hold fast till I come, and he that overcometh and keepeth my work to the end, to him will I give power over the nation. Right. So going to the book of Psalms about he that desires stronger and selfless. It said he shall rule them with the rod of iron.
Right. And Christianity don't tell you this. They don't tell you, this is the Lord talking, saying, look, if you overcome, I'm going to give you power over other nations. You don't hear that in Christianity. This is in red letter. This is the words of the one you ignorantly call Jesus.
This is Revelation 2 and 26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works to the end, to him will I give power over the nations. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall be broken to silver, even as I received of my Father. Now when you read this, let me get this, because it goes into, this is what Yahweh Shai want to give to the elect. Because in Luke 22 and 28, he said, ye are they which follow me in my temptation. I appointed to you a kingdom, right?
Now let me get this real quick. I'm going to get this in the NLT. Revelation chapter 2 and 26.
Hey, Shemaiah.
Oh, no, bro. He can listen. That's it.
Revelation chapter 2 verse 26.
They record village content. We dealing with that.
Revelation chapter 2 and 26 in the NLT.
You see it. Just listen.
To all who are victorious,
Amen for you.
who obey me to the very end, to them I will give authority over all the nations. They will rule the nations with an iron rod and smash them like clay pots.
Now, when you read in Psalm 2, right? This is what the Lord, Yahweh, is talking to Yahweh Shai. This is Psalms 2 in verse 6. It reads, yet have I set my king upon my holy hill of Zion. I will declare the decree. The Lord hath said unto me, thou art my son, this day have I begotten thee. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thy inheritance, and the utmost parts of the earth for thy possession. Listen, thou shalt break them with the rod of iron, thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. Now this is what Yahweh telling Yahweh Shai, right? So this is what Yahweh Shai telling the elect in Revelation 2. It's the same thing Yahweh just told Yahweh Shai in Psalm 2. Revelation 2 and 26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end. What he said Luke 22 and 28? Ye that follow me in my temptation. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. This is what Yahweh told Yahweh Shai. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father, which is in Psalms 2. This is personal.
Heathens are a part of the inheritance.
Right.
They are the people of the earth are a part of the inheritance of the nation of Israel.
Hey,
That's why it's a beautiful punishment that we have to serve our inheritance.
Right. Right.
That's the Lord turning things upside down. That's a humbling experience.
It is, bro.
Hey, matter of fact, since you said that real quick,
Shop, bro.
go ahead with what you got, bro.
Huh.
You got it.
This is Mashalia, Proverbs chapter 10 and 1. The Proverbs of Solomon, a wise son maketh a glad father, but a foolish son is the heaviness of his mother.
Right.
Treasures of wickedness profit nothing, but righteousness delivereth from death.
That's it.
Hey, this is Proverbs 30 and 21. For 3 things the earth is required,
Yep.
and for 4 which it cannot bear. For a servant when he reigneth,
Right.
and a fool when he is filled with meat.
Yep.
A servant that's reigning, that's a so-called white man.
Right.
It said the earth, for 3 things the earth is required.
Yep. Yep.
Why? Because he's not on the tin of the earth, man.
Right.
And it shows you that he's a servant just the way he rules, man. The way Esau rules the society and allocates the resources shows you he doesn't have a proper understanding of what it means to be a ruler, man.
He ruled like a slave.
Exactly.
Like a nigga that never had shit, that's how he ruled.
Yeah.
That's how he ruled. Like even he done been ruling for a little minute now, and he still operate like a nigga who ain't had shit.
Right.
Insatiable.
You didn't learn nothing.
Conquered the whole known universe, so to speak. Whole known world, so to speak. And it's still unsatiable. It's still trying to find new ways to destroy what he's already conquered, man.
Right. No discipline, no temperance, and the people are a reflection of his character.
That's to have proof too, man. He cannot have enough.
Yeah. It's a hell and
He's
death.
restless, man.
And it's because he knows he has but a short time.
Right.
Because if he had Jake's eternal, I say this, you know, Jake always late, but that's that eternal spirit within Jake, man. You know, Jake be on that eternal time. Esau don't have that time clock, man. Everything gotta be, we gotta hurry up, we gotta hurry up, because he knows that there's no resurrection of life for him, and that he has but a short time, man. You know, that's why he's speedily using the creatures that are in their youth. Because he knows his time is about up. It's coming to an end, man.
Oh, goofy ass. And then we got his girl. Yeah, recording this shit. Oh, goofy ass. I went racist. Right,
He
racist.
thought that was gonna trigger him.
But that's
But we
it's
supposed to be racist, Bob.
it's another turning point in the ministry, though, because at one point in time, that would have been something that brothers used for so-called edification, or edification, not so-called, but edification. But now, man, that time, man, fuck that shit,
I
man.
was saying that shit today, man. We wait, hey, it's over, man. That's right. Everybody's hurry. Hey, we try to take our own ass.
Right.
Fuck that.
And at this point in the game, they're trying to paint us out to be DTs anyway, man.
right.
So,
Right.
Yeah.
That's why we had a point through the spirit where those endless debates, all of that's coming to an end. All of that is coming to an end because once the elect is sealed, there's no reason for the ministry to be out there. Like
Yeah. Hey, you white, I'm black. Have a
yeah,
good
have a good night.
and when you look at it, most people aren't supposed to believe this anyway.
That's right.
And that's according to the will of the Lord.
Right.
Most people are not going to believe this word. Most people are going to scoff and mock this word. According to the prophecies, according to the will of the Lord, most people are not going to understand it. That's why we don't lose no sleep over these people not getting it.
Right. We can't walk together because we don't agree.
That's right. Yes, sir. Man. Y'all white, we black.
you right, we wrong.
Y'all got it.
And that's what bothers them more. That brothers aren't bothered by this.
Yeah. Right. But wait, look up.
And that's the mark that you believe. You know what you believe in, man.
We know what we worship. We know no matter what these people say, the Lord's will is going to be done. Like our forefathers, their mindset was even if I died on this side, it's coming, the blessing coming eventually. That was locked on that, man. You had 2/3 that was always doing what they did, but you always had the household of faith that heard the words of the Lord was like, you know what? Pop's gonna deliver me. I don't care if it ain't this lifetime, the next one, he gonna deliver.
Hey,
Totally.
Ezra, Habakkuk, terrified, man.
Right.
Isaiah, terrified, man. Jeremiah, angry, pissed off. Hey, man, these men were terrified because of the vision they seen, man.
That's why the scriptures call it a burden, man.
Right.
Because you got to live with that, man. Knowing what these people's ends are going to be, and you're trying to save them from it, and they don't want to save themselves. And they can't save themselves because it's the Lord that's got them where they're at. The scripture says the deceived and deceiver are his. So all we're supposed to do is just be obedient.
So that's why it's heavy because of that Matthew 25, the 5 wise and the 5 foolish virgins, right? It said they all slumbered and slept, but there was a cry made, and they all woke up, right? 5 woke up with the oil, 5 did. So that means it was already predestinated. So before they went to sleep, it was already predestinated, man, because they said they all slumbered and slept. But then they all woke up when they heard that cry made. That's predestination, man. It ain't nothing that the 5 wise could have did to help the 5 foolish. It was nothing, man.
And it's all a means to an end.
Right.
Because the rest of the nation of Israel gonna be good once they're in the kingdom. They just gotta learn it through death by pain. And eventually the entire nation will be good. Everybody gonna be on one accord.
Right.
You're not going to teach the next brother about this and that. You just get to start the conversation off with shalom and a salute. You ain't got to teach your brother who the Lord is. In the kingdom, the entire nation of Israel are going to be good. But on the first go round, the elect are special through the Spirit, being those first fruits. The rest of the nation still going to be good. But the elect are going to have a greater rank because they stood so stiffly in the time when Jake had liberty.
That's what.
Nobody was down here suffering, man.
Yeah. And that's what.
It's a lot. In many ways, the Lord gonna put people to death, man. Nobody want to take part in that, man. But you gotta go.
And that's what makes, the kingdom perfect. Because when Jake comes back in their right mind, we won't have to teach them what righteousness is, man. Because that takes time out of your enjoyment, man. You got to teach Jake over and over again. Yeah, this is the right way to go.
Right.
They already gonna know, which means that you could go ahead and enjoy. You don't have to worry about how your people going off and teaching them to serve the Lord again. It's just gonna be something that's natural, man. And you can enjoy the kingdom in its fullness, man.
Yeah, you're gonna be able to actually enjoy your children. Like how the curse said that you should not enjoy the fruit of the children, roughly paraphrasing. Yeah. Your eyes shall fail for the warning of them, and roughly paraphrasing, well, things are going to be turned right side up. You're going to actually be able to enjoy your children. You're going to be able to look at your children and look at them and enjoy them. Right. You're going to have assurance of life. You ain't going to have to worry about bills in the kingdom of heaven. And the beauty of it is that not only is the Lord going to put Israel on a level, the Lord going to put Israel on such a level that the other nations are going to benefit from it. They not going to be drinking water out of corroded pipes. And they heathens. Right. But we don't get down like that as a nation of people. So even them, they're going to be in good case. They're going to live longer. They're going to be happy in the kingdom of heaven.
Hey, you gotta keep your servants healthy.
Yeah. You gotta keep them healthy. They got a lot to them.
I need my servants healthy.
When nations come against each other and they got a grievance with each other, they're going to be able to come to the nation of Israel as that regulator.
Yeah.
And ain't gonna be no in the back of our mind we want to exploit your resources, or we're gonna pretend to help you like the so-called white people.
Right.
No, it's gonna be equity.
Because at that point we'll have it all under Yahweh Shai. We won't need your land. Right. The Lord has prepared universes for us, man. Right. We don't need your plot of land.
Right. Bro, it said that search said there's at least 300 million habitable planets in the Milky Way, just here. Just in the Milky Way, 300 million habitable planets. Right now, we're working with about 9 billion people on the planet. And there's still room for people to be here. Now imagine 300 million planets like this.
Man.
I know you holding something. Let me get this out.
That's why the Lord hey, until y'all get past this shit here, I can't even show you the fruits and the trees and the incense and the animals and the actual animals you can eat, the clean beasts, the different type of oceans. I can't even get to that part because y'all keep stumbling over level 1.
I did research as far as how much land it is, according to the people. They said, according to the people, everybody will have enough land as a football field per person.
In America?
Yeah.
In the world.
It was in the world.
Yeah.
In the world.
Yeah.
Not alone.
They said that
So
you
we're gonna
can
have to
put
live on top of
all
each other.
9 billion people in the state of Texas. They'll be shoulder to shoulder, but you can stick all 9 billion people in the state of Texas.
That's enough land. Yeah.
So the Earth is unimaginably big. And one galaxy, which is the Milky Way, they estimate 300 million habitable planets just in our one galaxy amongst billions of galaxies. Just to show you how the type of numbers the Lord is working with. The Lord not petty, man. The Lord, when they talk about that abundance mindset, these people on this side, they don't even have an idea of what a true abundance mindset really is. The Lord has planets, on planets, beyond count. Even when they talk about the universe, it's only what they can see.
Right.
There's a point that they can't see past.
Go ahead, Albert. You got
For Malachi 3 and 16 in the NLT. Then those who feared the Lord spoke with each other, and the Lord listened to what they said in his presence. A scroll of remembrance was written to record the names of those who feared him and always thought about the honor of his name. They will be my people, says the Lord of heaven's armies.
They say thought honor of the Lord's name. When brothers see certain animals, brothers see certain parts of creation, like you just give you man. All on you about you. You'd be amazed at how the Lord came up with some of these things, man. It's crazy.
They will be my people, says the Lord of heaven's armies. One day, when I act in judgment, they will be my own special treasure. I will spare them as a father spares his obedient child. Then will you again see the difference between the righteous and the wicked, between those who serve God and those who did not.
Right? Because right now we serve the Lord through the Spirit, but according to a carnal man, there's no reward for it. Right? Well, the reward is going to come, and then the world is going to be able to judge. Oh, okay, this is how the Lord operates for his servants, and this is what the Lord do to people who don't serve. The world is going to be able to sit back and look. Everything we talking about through the Spirit is going to be known, like the world know the sun and the moon. They're going to know this to be the truth after the demonstration.
Right.
Isaiah 32 and 1. Behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment. So here's the precept going to get to that. Princes shall rule in judgment. Obadiah 1:21. And saviors shall come up on Mount Zion to judge the mount of Esau, and the kingdom shall be the Lord.
Exactly. You got to think, the kingdom of heaven being established on earth is big business. A huge operation. It ain't just the Lord and a few good men.
Right.
The operation of establishing the kingdom of heaven is a huge operation, man. 144,000, that's not a little bit of people. You got 1 in 12,000 chance of being one of them, which compared to the rest of the nation, that's a small number. But 144,000, just concerning the governing body, is not a small number. That's a huge operation. You got to think that this honor have the Lord's saints. Here's the patience and the faith for the saints. But that patience and faith, the Lord's going to allow the elect to have the privilege of witnessing and taking part in the kingdom being translated from Esau to Jacob. Literally watching the foundation of the kingdom of heaven being built, being in that wilderness with Yahweh Shah, going out there and hunting, bringing them niggas before the Lord, putting them in that little box and looking at them. All while building up the kingdom of heaven. That's not a small operation. Being able to say, look, you brought your family back through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shah. You were the first man to bring back your line. These are honors through the spirit that the officials are going to have when they become under. But it requires that patience and obedience, like our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob showed. they show forth submission and obedience and faith to the Lord before they receive the reward. And we have to show the same thing through the Spirit.
That's what Isaiah 60 was going into. When you go into Isaiah 60, it talks about us ruling and how the nations that won't serve you will perish.
Right. Right. Christianity got to deal with that. There's rulership, tabernacle of David, that is fallen. What did that involve? That involved rulership and dominion. He put garrisons in Edom, garrisons in Moab. Y'all don't call y'all have your own people in charge of whoever, whatever, but y'all going according to this law. Don't make us send somebody through there. We'll flip that bitch upside down. Don't make us do it, but we will.
You want to put 1,000 to flight.
It's Isaiah 49 and 25. But thus saith Yahweh, even the captives of the mighty shall be taken away, and the prey of the terrible shall be delivered.
Right.
For I will contend with him that contended with thee,
Right.
and I will save thy children, and I will feed them that oppress thee with their own flesh.
Exactly.
Right.
And they shall be drunken with their own blood,
Right.
as with sweet wine.
That's why all we got to do through the Spirit is serve Yahweh Shema Shah.
Right.
The Lord gonna get real graphic with these people.
Take surgical with these people.
How you want it?
And all flesh shall know that I, Yahweh, am thy Savior and thy Redeemer, the mighty one of Jacob.
Yeah, the Lord gonna fight this, just like He did for us in Egypt.
Yeah.
We ain't have to do nothing extra outside of serving Yahweh Shema Shah. The Lord did the rest. Same thing is gonna happen. This is gonna be known more than Egypt. What the Lord did for us on this side.
Hey, for all you out there that don't know, we ain't in the new year. So after Passover, you bitches better get ready. Because it's going to get real tragic.
Going down. It's going down.
I got one. This is Deuteronomy chapter 15 and verse 6.
Lord willing, this is the last one.
For the Lord thy God blessed thee, as he promised thee, and thou shalt lend unto many nations, but thou shalt not borrow. And thou shalt reign over many nations, but they shall not reign over thee.
Curse is gonna be
One more
good.
time, brother. You going to be able to lend out the gold?
Yeah. I don't know about football.
Yeah. What you trying to get?
Taking the palace in the road.
Right.
Arrogant with the shit.
Hey, after you got done with your red, what need you?
Give him 3 talents.
Yeah.
Send him on his way.
Hit his ass with the
More lamb.
Hey, when I say high interest loans,
Oh yeah. 200%.
They got more than hardcore whip. I still need 13.
Hey, it's like that movie, the series Kong. No, not Kong, but Marco Polo.
Marco Polo, yeah.
Yeah, how he was delegating. He said, "Okay, the treasury. How much do we have in the treasury?
Yeah.
Okay, deal with the people accordingly."
Yeah. Because the Apostle Tahar made it clear that we're going to do these things in arrogance, man. When you think about King David, man, and how he ruled over these heathens, he ruled them in arrogance, man. Because the same arrogancy that you guys show, we're going to give you 1,000-fold in the kingdom. That's thus saith the Lord. That's it.
Hey, put the Moabites.
we shall boast in their riches, man.
Put the Moabites under that brigandine song, whatever that is.
Right. You can chop the piece with it, so.
And when you go into the word brigandine, that actually is talking about the armor, the under armor, the under chain link. They ain't gonna have no protection. They're not gonna be able to get away from us, man. They're gonna be fully exposed to the judgments of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai through his men.
Wash pot.
Oh yeah, 15 and 6. Deuteronomy 15 and 6. For the Lord thy God blesseth thee, as he promised thee, and thou shalt lend unto many nations, but thou shalt not borrow. Thou shalt reign over many nations, but they shall not reign over thee.
Right.
This is before Deuteronomy 28.
Right.
These are the blessings, man. So we going back to that.
Sovereignty,
Sovereignty, man.
we are sovereign. We should not be reckoned amongst the nations. This is what Yahweh Shah is bringing forth because it's his kingdom first and foremost.
They got that shit for Esau.
Yeah.
That's an Edomite saying.
They came over here with dirty jaws, man.
They got that shit for Esau.
Dirty
Yeah,
everything.
this how you doing your people? This how you doing your folks?
Said they jaws is falling off.
This how you doing your people out here?
Damn, look at this.
Just to say his neck, it should be uncovered.
Guarantee he had a nice house with a wife back in the 60s.
Hey,
Good.
Living deep, right? Better. Got that white picket fence and all.
Yeah, all that shit.
he worked at the factory. Now he looking. Now look at him.
Hey, remember, man, the Lord told us, because the Lord let this devil, hey, his people start wearing pants first.
Right.
And then she had to go to the plantation.
Hey, I seen a picture. It was kind of fucked up, but it ain't fucked up. Jake was over like this homeless Edomite, and he was all dressed out, chain on everything. He said he looked like that, so I could look like this.
This is Ecclesiastes 28 and 20.
Man, the Lord is mocking these devils.
Mocking him, man. Hey, the Lord was asleep for a long time, man. The Lord hasn't risen.
Ecclesiastes 28 and 20. For the yoke thereof is a yoke of iron.
And Esau, your worst nightmare gonna come true. The niggas you hate so much, the Lord gonna unleash us on them, right? The Lord is gonna unleash us, turn us up, and let us loose on them, like lions amongst sheep. The Lord's gonna, that's the elect are gonna have that honor of being the first ones upgraded. Boom. Flying through y'all. Running through y'all, man. Making an example, making it public. We ain't doing no covert mission. We ain't gotta wait till the dead of night. Nah, we take on some bright burn. Just I'm here and I'm not.
Bold with it. This is Ecclesiastes 28 and 20. For the yoke thereof is a yoke of iron, and the bands thereof are bands of brass. The debt thereof is an evil debt. The grave were better than it. It shall not have rule over them that fear God, neither shall they be burned with the flames thereof.
Hey, you want to just like some confusion? So 5 Edomites, 5 Shedemites just walked by with dresses on. Another Shedemite just came by with panties on. That's confusion.
Man,
That is fine.
But I want to make this point too. 5 Edomites just passed by, 5 Shedemites just passed by. Dresses on. Every Judite we just saw out here, every Israelite woman out here got pants. But the Edomites women wearing dresses.
That's bad.
Ass backwards, man. Confusion.
The ball.
Yeah, I know they were good to be. Yeah, I know they was the flock of wolves in front. Yeah, heard. Nothing better than Shedemite. It's all types of definitions. Oh yeah, these will be the lowest of the low. Yeah, oh, the one that had the panties on? No, the other one. Okay. Yeah. Nah, I just wanted to point. Bitch wearing dresses, man.
Yeah, I mean, they was in
Jake bitches still want to wear pants and shit, man.
Like them over there.
The whole stuff.
A whole fleet of Eve.
This is
Right. Almost got on pants.
This is Yahushua or Joshua chapter 10. I'm starting 22. Then said Joshua, open the mouth of the cave and bring out those 5 kings unto me out of the cave. And they did so, and brought forth those 5 kings unto him out of the cave. The king, no, you good. The king of Jerusalem, the king of Hebron, the king of Jarmuth, and the king of Lachish, and the king of Eglon. And it came to pass when they brought out those kings unto Joshua, that Joshua called for all the men of Israel, and said unto the captains of the men of war, which went with him, come near, put your feet upon the necks of these kings. And they came near and put their feet upon their necks of them.
That's what we're gonna do to these
Hey, the Lord says he likened his judgment unto a ring, man. The same thing Joshua did in those times, Lord willing, will be a part of the number to do to these devils, man. Because how they're ruling the earth in wickedness, man, the Lord is not delighted in them. What they have on display for the earth and they call righteousness, and they fully observe it and they fully indulge themselves in it, the Lord is not delighted in that. And neither are his men.
Psalm 68, 22, the Lord said, I will bring again from the sun, I will bring my people again from the depths of the sea, right from out from the people. When he told me, he said, he heard from all his fathers how the Lord removed us from all our enemies, that thy foot may be dipped in the blood of thy enemies, and the tongue of thy dogs in the same.
Ooh, that's fuego. One more time, Baba Kushal, bro.
To the dogs.
Let me get on that.
Hey, what he said? He just never seen a nigga getting torn up.
Right.
Yeah. Django.
Psalm 68, 22. The Lord said, I will bring again from the sun, I will bring my people again from the depths of the sea, that thy foot may be dipped in the blood of thy enemies, and the tongue of thy dogs in the same.
That's what we pray for through the Spirit. Just like our forefathers. Everything the so-called white man did to us, we don't want your fiat reparations. We want the Lord to judge y'all after what y'all did for us. And we want to have a hand in it.
Lord willing. Lord willing. Lord willing. Lord willing.
Isaiah 49 and 26.
That's real.
And I will feed them that oppress thee with their own flesh, and they shall be drunken with their own blood.
Yeah, we way past calling us winners. We way past that. We way past you keeping it PC, diet Edomite. We way past that. We don't care about you being nice. We don't care about you not saying nigga in public no more. We want the Lord to judge you. We want the Lord to feed you with your own flesh. Since blood ain't nothing to you, we want the Lord to feed you with what you love so much.
Right. As with,
That's
it. Right. As with sweet wine, and all flesh shall know that I am the Lord, and thy Savior and thy Redeemer, the mighty one of Jacob.
And that's how the world's gonna know that he's our God. That'll get real possessive when you talk about the one they ignorantly call God. He's real possessive and jealous about his people. And the world is gonna find that out when the Lord executes judgment on these people. That's when they're gonna find out. Just like the Egyptians. The firstborn had to die for the Egyptians to get the message. But believe me, they got the message. Esau's gonna get the message too, man. It's gonna take a lot of bloodshed and destruction.
This is Yeshaya or Isaiah chapter 1 and 24.
Hey, come into this. Because at this point, that's the only language that Esau understands. And 2/3 of Negroes, Latinos, and American Indians, man. You know, the only language that people seem to understand, a universal language, is violence, man.
This is Yeshaya or Isaiah chapter 1 and 24. Red letter. Therefore, saith the Lord of hosts, the mighty one of Israel. I will ease me of mine adversaries and avenge me of mine enemies. And I will turn my hand upon thee and purge and slaughter, and purely purge away thy dross and take away all thy tins. And I will restore thy judges as at the first, and thy counselors as at the beginning. Afterward thou shalt be called the city of righteousness, the faithful city.
Right, he's going to restore the judges as at the first, man. You know, which is a process that's happening now. You know, and which is going to lead to our city, our nation being restored under Yahweh Shah. You know, in that governing body that the brother was speaking about earlier. That Edomite in the back, before the back, yeah. That nigga named Kenny Hill, fucking devil. But that's what's going to lead to the restoration of our nation. You know, the judges being restored back into as at the first, man, under Yahweh Shai, that governing body that's going to exact justice and judgment in the earth, man.
Yeah, like the face of Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans right now is who? Brian James, George Lopez,
George Lopez.
We doing bad, bro.
Bad Bunny.
Bad.
Bad Bunny. What's J-Lo ex-husband? No, the other one.
He did it?
No, the one.
On that pork.
Oh, yeah, Mark Anthony. Yeah.
That's the face of Jake right now. Derek Jeter.
Oh, that pork got that nigga.
When people think of Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, they think of Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Michael Jackson,
Al Sharpton.
Prince.
Jennifer Lopez.
Well, in the kingdom, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are going to be known who's going to be the face card, Howard Shot.
Right.
That in itself is a muscle emotion.
Right.
He ain't come from no other. This is our king. He run y'all too, but this is our king. This is our big man. King David, the righteous, the mighty men, the famous men of old and righteousness are going to be reestablished as the face of the nation of Israel.
Hey, that.
David nigga just did some quotes. Come on, Anthony. God damn. Burn that hole. Oh, damn.
That's the best money can buy, man.
That's another beautiful thing about the kingdom of heaven. No harlots.
Right.
No Israelite harlots. That shit is local.
Let's go.
Fresh.
I'm gonna get the spirit of hands.
They say some things.
When I was on child support for kids that was on my 10 years.
He said that's the norm. That is the norm.
But they got studies out there that say one third of one out of three children are being raised by somebody, another man. All right. That's wicked. That's not your fault. Hey, bro, somebody that I'm close to in the world, man, is in that situation. And fighting for years. I've been talking about that. When you talk to Brian, after like 8 years.
We're gonna have those issues in the kingdom. Hey, Lord willing, we'll be a part of that number. We're gonna be a part of something more greater than this world can ever offer. We're gonna be fathers of a dynasty.
No, there's no punishment for that type of action, right? Like that's really you get off sketch free if you do some madness like that, man. Because even though the child is not yours, they'll still make you pay child support, right?
Sure.
You know.
That's what he was dealing with. So and that's how wicked these bitches are, man. Look. She was trying to take away his parental rights, but increase the child support after it came out that he paternity came out that he would father the child. See, and the court system is going along with it.
That's why the laws need to be established. All this, and a lot of that should be a product of adultery. A lot of that bullshit should be a product of adultery. Now you watch Keisha get stoned on a Tuesday, your ass to tighten up.
Yeah.
When people actually get to see the consequence of that type of shit, people tighten up real quick. Like when Solomon said he found no righteous women. That was when we were in the ancient world in our own keeping the laws. That means they wanted to be city girls. They just ain't want to take a rock shower for it. They ain't want to die by it. Now Esau gave them license, but guess what? In the kingdom of heaven, when the laws are enforced, people gonna get in their right mind real quick. When you see the actual punishment for going out here and committing adultery, lying to your husband, and when you find out the consequence and you see it, your home, not just somebody out there somewhere, no, your homegirl. When y'all was sipping y'all young, shit was sweet. Right. You gotta hit her with a rock too. What you doing? This ain't a spectator sport. Where you rock at?
I just did a video the other week. These are bragging on social media that every woman should have a whole face. Hey, and they're posting to it. You know, it's a whole face.
They're gonna have a whole face to take control.
Oh yeah.
That's what none of them motherfuckers think they gonna have it. And we can do it because Jesus loves you. Come as you are. I can do whatever I want to do. I'm gonna be rapping about this.
Right.
But that's why Esau, he set the marital age at like 17, 18 years old. He knows that box be hot from age 12, 13.
Well, basically what he has taught our women is that once you turn 18 years old, you're a fully grown woman, and nobody can tell you what to do with your body. So go out, enjoy life, experiment, ride the top carousel until you're about 33 years old. Right. Then you find a rod that you like and you marry that rod, and then you find out you're never satisfied, you're insatiable, and you end up committing all sorts of adulteries, all sorts of different things. Right.
8, 9 different.
Right.
So this one that I settled with, this ain't the right side.
You gotta up that number. They got 7, 8, 9 by the time they 15.
That's
I
wicked.
had 18 way better than this.
Right.
And I settled with this.
That's crazy.
Oh, man.
And Jake B, and man, hey, but that's why you see in these other countries like the land of Ishmael or India,
Right.
the adultery rate is real low because them bitches is getting hacked. They ain't playing over there, man. Yeah, they ain't playing. Oh no, hey, over there in Dubai, they arresting bitches for having on pants. They like, hey. And if you out there without a man escorting you, it's over for your ass. That's why and they keep those rates low because of that, and that's righteousness, man. Even
Any other nation was in rulership, the women was different.
oh yeah, and you see the difference in the women because a lot of Eves go over there to vacation and shit, and they say, oh, it's terrible over here because they can't do what they want, man.
Right.
You can't just be over there wilding out, man. They have order in their society, man.
That's why I just read that Job said, we live in the land of darkness, but there is no order.
Yeah, none at all. Because Eve over here can run. They can go wild over here. They got brunch spots. Eve like to go to these brunch spots, get drunk, and just wild out.
Going wild. They had that.
Yeah.
They had that Guinness Book of World Records. I heard about that. That woman that set the new record.
Yeah,
1,000 moves in a day.
Ooh.
And she come from a 2-parent household, so they can't even say that's foul, man.
Well, her mom supported her.
Yeah.
My mom
You
was
might
very
call her mom her
supportive.
manager. Set up in her affairs.
That's good. That's good. But that's what the Edomites supposed to be doing.
That's nasty, man.
Rejoice and be
And
glad,
that's low key what was happening in Sodom and Gomorrah. Apostle Gabar bringing that's homosexuality, man. 1,000 of you niggas gonna go in there out. Y'all. That's morality, man.
highest form right there.
You the 1,000 guy. You 35 piece of shit.
And you know you was 900.
Man, sit down, wait the whole day. The whole day.
When they was recording the feet of the dudes that came in, and they were all Jordan. So you know it was Jake, man. You know Jake came out them damn Hey, Jake has surpassed the deeds of the wicked.
Then a few years from now, she's looking to settle down.
Or she gonna sue all 1,000 of them niggas because she was distraught. She wasn't in the right mind.
He's always trying to one-up what
They already doing it on
He's so goofy.
This is Tazakanya or Zephaniah.
That nigga said, how y'all going, dude?
Yeah.
That's why I looked at it and said, like, all right, you can't go in the kingdom.
This is Tazakanya or Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 18. I will gather them that are sorrowful for the solemn assembly, who are of thee, to whom the reproach of it was a burden.
Yeah, this is a burden to the elect. Knowing that our reputation is what it is in this world, that's a burden unto the elect. 2/3 of our people walking around like this shit is cool.
Right,
And their reputation is attached to them too. But it's not a burden to them. They glory in it. Yeah, they say we savage. Yeah, I'm gonna beat some dog.
Yeah.
They embrace that shit. But to the elect, that shit is a burden. To be looked at like that. That all you good for is what you can do for these people. And they don't care about your mind and your religion. They don't care about the Lord most important. That's a burden to us. Lord, what do we do for that?
Verse 19, behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halted and gather her that was driven out. And I I will gather them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame.
And that ain't gonna be praise and fame for how we hoop. That ain't gonna be praise and fame for how we rap. Oh, he's a funny guy. He's a real. We ain't gonna be known for being class clowns, nigga.
Right.
That shit dead.
Yes, sir.
Prosperity is coming.
Yeah, we ain't gonna be known. We ain't gonna be famous for that. We're gonna be famous for being, Lord, we're gonna be a part of that number, for being a nation that the Lord chose and blessed. That's gonna be our bragging rights, if you will.
That's it.
We're the nation that the Lord chose and blessed.
Yeah, man.
Yahweh Shai descends from out. We're part of Yahweh Shai's. That's how he's our king. This whole multinational Jesus look like everybody. That shit dead in the kingdom. He's an Israelite.
Wait.
And we move in the spirit of Yahweh Shai. Nothing else.
That's a bragging right here. That's the commonwealth. When they see you and they ask, they ain't gonna have to ask you what nationality. They gonna see you from a mile away. But just knowing you an Israelite, when they see you, they gonna think about everything the Lord did to hit this place and how Yahweh Shai came in his glory. That's gonna come back. That's gonna immediately. When they see you, they're gonna immediately think about everything the Lord did, laying down the law before we got into our rest. Because that's what comes with us being established as a nation. The Lord showing the firm fist of power. That's how a kingdom is established. Even in the ancient world, when certain kings came into power, they got rid of all insurgents, all rebels, put them to death. A bunch of people losing their heads before they got crowned. That's what happened before the kingdom of heaven. A lot of people gonna lose their life out here.
This is Isaiah 60 and 18. Violence shall no more be heard in thy land, wasting nor destruction within thy borders. For thou shalt call thy wall salvation and thy gates praise.
Yeah, mocking us about black on black crime is gonna be a thing of the past. You don't be able to brag about, oh, well, what about black on black crime when we tell the so-called white man he's a devil? That's gonna be dead. That was a part of the curse.
Right.
In the kingdom of heaven, our city is gonna be known as the city of peace. The faithful city. Our judges are gonna be restored as at the first.
Hey, having Yahweh Shai presence there alone is gonna be a very comforting thing, man. You know?
Chariots over every domicile.
Hell yeah. You're gonna be, you're gonna know that's a safe city.
Just imagine from afar somebody traveling to Jerusalem. Before you even get close, you just look at it. You just see it.
Man.
Armies of chariots just hovering over houses. Before you even get in. We ain't even talking about the city, the streets, and how they pay. We didn't even talk about the stones and how it's looking. We got a city we can flex with. They talk about outfits. So we gonna have a fucking city. Lit. Nobody else can do it like this.
Right.
Yeah. Standing on top of that.
Oh man. Over and over.
That's Jerusalem gonna make all these cities on this side look like shit.
Hey, I can't wait. I need 10 of you heathens to stand up and make me laugh, bitch.
Man.
If you can't make me laugh, off with his head.
Right. Right. Yeah, I'm mad today.
Yeah, I'm mad today. Hey, well, somebody better have my ass with motherfuckers. Crying laughing.
Because it's going to be a role reversal in the kingdom.
Yeah, right.
You're going to be the new court justice.
I'm getting you and your kids, man.
Start whipping.
That nigga in the pit. Yeah.
You start whipping at their feet. Dance, monkey.
Hey, you know that because it tell you that it said tell you that the Lord said that Jack and Chess won the chest of Jim. They gonna be alright.
Right. Yeah. Everybody but Esau.
Them little Samoan Hawaiian days.
This is Isaiah 60 and 11. Therefore thy gates shall be continually blocked. Therefore thy gates shall be open continually. They shall not be shut day nor night. that men may bring unto thee the forces of the
It
Gentiles.
said the forces of the Gentiles. In Matthew 11:12, it said the kingdom of heaven suffered violence, and the violent took it by force, man. Hey, Yahweh Shah, what's that? Daniel 7:18. The saints of Most High shall take the kingdom. Man. So now you took us by force. Hey, the forces of the Gentiles, man.
Right.
Now, when you get that Hebrew word forces, it's like y'all. It says strength, might, efficiency, wealth.
Hey, their strength and their wealth is gonna be their resources, man.
Right.
The wood, the wood that's growing over there, the precious oils and ointments, you know, the precious metals, the daughters and sons, you know, because people are resources as well.
That's true wealth.
Right.
That is true wealth.
Right.
We're in such a low state, our people think that being an entertainer and having a high salary is wealth. That's not wealth. Being in control of traffic is wealth. When you dictate how resources move, that's wealth. That's true wealth. And our gates will be open, bringing forth all of the resources.
Righteous human family.
Isaiah 60.
Because you can't put a number on the wealth.
Right.
That's why I said the kingdom is translated from one people to another. There's really no number you can put on the resources of the earth. There's no number, there's no figure you can put on it because the wealth just keeps increasing.
Right. The best you can do is compare to King Solomon. Isaiah 60 and 11. Up on the top. Therefore thy gate shall be open continually. There shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought.
That's complete submission, man. When your gates are open continually and they just bring in their forces, is because they are in complete submission. They understand the program. They understand who's running it and who has to run it, man. And they're gonna gladly bring their forces. These heathens gonna gladly bring whatever precious ointments or oils or substances grown in their land. Even they daughters, man. You know, please have her in your house. You know, we would love, you know, to have her in your house. Take care of her. Take care of my son. He's an excellent servant. He's obedient. You know what I'm saying? Take care of him. They're gonna love it, man. And then they're gonna go back to their country or their lands with a beautiful testimony, man.
Right.
Of the standard that's being upheld in a peaceable city.
Right. And why are they going to be doing these marvelous things? Verse 12. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted.
Because like the brother Nahalia was just saying, it's big business and that's going to be going down in the kingdom. You got to bring the resources to the manufacturers, which are going to be the 144,000, and we're going to distribute them to our people. You see, we're going to be the inheritance of these things, and we're going to be happy, man, to see y'all in derision, to see y'all, you know, scrambling when we pull up to get on y'all knees.
Hey, them Jake that was complaining and working at those ports, every state got a port.
Right.
Where all the goods come in at.
Right.
He's gonna get ready, man. It's gonna be constantly. Constantly.
Let's go.
Hey, like the Lord said about Esau in Ezekiel 28, trafficking.
Yeah.
Hey, get me that. Get Ezekiel 28. All that human guns, food, people, animals, all that, man. It's gonna be constant. Cause the port, it said it, except for the Sabbath, man.
Right.
Hey, we finna be at in the ports everywhere, man. Bring all that
Bring
shit.
it up. Bring it up. Bring
Get
it up.
around.
That's it.
Yeah, and it better be all of it too. We want creme de la creme,
Hey,
man.
yeah.
Bro say he don't want no blood on his cotton. He better not have no blood on his cotton.
That's when you enter commonwealth. That's when you enter the realm of commonwealth. As a nation of people, the resources are going to be converted into us as a nation. You ain't going to have to worry about incense. You ain't going to have to worry about it. Down to the detail. the Lord's gonna reconfigure the whole infrastructure. Clothes ain't even gonna be made the same way.
Right.
Pure fabric.
Not just for us, but for all the other nations. It's not gonna be made the same way. It's not gonna be a system that's geared towards greed and exploiting people.
Right.
You're not gonna get away with that in the kingdom of heaven. We're gonna have more than heart for wish, but we ain't gonna exploit nobody.
Right.
We don't have to steal from nobody and rob somebody. Pretend like we here to help and then we fuck you over. That ain't gonna happen in the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah, equity, like the brother just said. Because in Isaiah 6 it said that our hearts will be enlarged, man. That's why we're gonna have new bodies, brothers. See, look, we won't be able, okay, to contain all the things that the Heavenly Father's gonna release on us in these bodies. Our bodies can't handle that. Our bodies can't handle the chariots. Scripture says flesh and blood should not enter into the kingdom. So ultimately, like these things, like, listen, life is gonna be a high. We're not gonna need weed in the kingdom. You know, we're gonna have some young, you know, the best of the best. But that's why this is Generation Z. Because Generation A is coming back into play. And that's Generation Aristocrat, man. The 144,000, man. You got it, bro.
If I get this, Psalms 98 and 9. Before the Lord, for he cometh to judge the earth with righteousness, shall he judge the world and the people with equity.
Equity is going to be reestablished in the earth. A poor man is still going to be able to have justice if somebody takes his wife, or if he's been defrauded by somebody. He's still going to be able to have justice even if he don't have a big bag. Likewise, a rich man ain't going to be able to buy his way out of judgment if he's guilty of a crime.
Right.
That's equity. That's not what you see in this society, but it's going to be established in the kingdom of heaven. And I wanted to bring this out concerning how the kingdom going to look.
This is October 13 and verse 15. It says, "Let thy soul bless the heavenly Father, the great King, for Jerusalem shall be built up with sapphires and emeralds and precious stones. Thy walls and towers and battlements with pure gold. And the streets of Jerusalem shall be paved with beryl and carbuncle and stones of Ophir. And all her streets shall say, Alleluia, Alleluia, and they shall praise him, saying, Blessed be the heavenly Father, which have exalted forever."
A tower of gold. Could you imagine the sun hitting that bitch?
Bling.
Boy. Barrel in the streets. And this is just the city. We ain't talking about going inside the crib. We ain't talking about, we just talking about if you even have the privilege of being in our city.
Right.
This is what you're presented.
Right.
You talk about like the Lord really gonna put it. That's why this is light. This on this side, everything here is a light affliction. This ain't worth fighting for. This place is through. Whereas the Lord said, look, towers of gold. Could you imagine seeing that from afar? Those rubies and sapphires glistening as the sun hit it? We ain't even got to the food part. We ain't even got to how the city smelled. We just talking about how it looked.
I got one for you. This is Revelation 21, and I'm gonna hit verse 17 and go down. It says, "And he measured the wall thereof 144 cubits, according to the measure of a man."
That's about the elect. Yep. Talking about the elect. That's why I said according to the number of men. That's like I said, Esau, his number is 646. That right there applies to the elect of Israel for men. You got that.
That is of the angel, and the building of the wall of it was of jasper, and the city was pure gold, like unto clear
Hey,
glass.
If you can read that last one again, because it said, read that again.
It says, and he measured the wall thereof,
Yep.
144 cubits, according to the measure of a man,
Right.
that is of the angel.
Because this is the tabernacle of David. 144,000. That's about the tabernacle of David. You got it.
And the building of the wall of it was of jasper, and the city was of pure gold, like unto clear glass.
That's our city, our city. Under Yahweh Shah, that's something that no other nation will have a bragging right now. This is ours.
They don't got it now, all of us they got. Because Ishmael them living good over there, man. They don't got it like that, man.
A city of gold. The Just imagine about the energy in
Right.
it.
The elites control all the resources on the planet. And they don't got it like that, man.
The foundations of the wall of the city were garnished with all manner of precious stones. The first foundation was jasper,
Not concrete.
the second sapphire, the third a chalcedony, the fourth an emerald, the fifth sardonyx, the sixth sardius, the seventh crystallite, the eighth beryl, the ninth a topaz, at the 10th a chrysophagus, the 11th a jacinth, the 12th an amethyst, and the 12 gates were 12 pearls. Every several gate was of one pearl, and the street of the city was pure gold, as if it were transparent glass.
And the 12 tribes that entered the gates. The gates with the tribes. Come on, man. Come on, man. If you even get to come to the city, count yourself blessed. If you even get to pull up and drop off whatever y'all got for us, count yourself blessed. They're gonna be waiting in line to be. Can I take you to Jerusalem?
Yeah.
Please. He did it last time.
Right.
It's gonna be that crazy to see something like that, man.
Because it's gonna be like a trailer to a movie.
Then you got the chariots up there. If looking down is too much, look up. Wait, there's more.
Sensory overload.
That's right.
Hey, just like the brother Zaria said, man, it's gonna be access granted, man. You see? That's it.
And we just talking about one city.
Oh.
We ain't just talking about Jerusalem. We ain't even got, the Lord said greater works than these are here. The Lord just giving us a little,
Glimpse.
just throwing us a little bone, like look, Roshalom.
Yeah.
Hey,
We just talking about one city on one planet. We ain't even got,
bro, you can imagine the vibration off of the city alone will make you feel better. Like even if you coming up, the vibration alone
You
will
feel light.
lift up your spirit. Like, damn, okay, ooh, peace.
Yeah, make you feel light.
And it's not just the gold, but the crystals also, man. So that's even heightened.
That-
Because the LDR Shawama be going into the crystals, man, talking about the amethyst and all that stuff. They clean negative energy.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's gonna be beautiful, man.
This is Tobit 13:11.
and we ain't gonna gatekeep.
Yeah,
We
there you
ain't
go.
gonna be gatekeeping like, don't tell the heathens that amethyst work like this. Man, we ain't petty, man. Look, this how it works. Y'all should put this in y'all crib.
Yeah, man.
If you can get some, that is.
Tobit 13:11. Many nations shall come from far to the name of the Lord, power with gifts in their hands, even gifts to the King of heaven.
Right.
All generations shall praise thee with great joy.
That's fuego.
all great nations shall.
Cursed are all they which hate thee, and blessed shall all be which love thee forever.
And all these nations gonna want to be blessed. That's why they gonna love Jake, man. They gonna want to be blessed because after that period of 1,000 years where they gonna be, stubborn. They might be stubborn. They might be rebellious. After that time period, they're gonna realize, man, yeah, this is.
We can only win.
Yeah.
The men gonna be rebellious.
Yeah.
Women are.
But that's we like that.
We delighted.
We need to use the rod on something.
We like
We
that.
delighted in
God
God.
on
Please.
something.
We like that. All them days, Jake done binge watched Dragon Ball Z. I've been waiting my whole life for this. Oh, you want some smoke? Damn. All right. Let's do it. By the time that 1,000 years up, they gonna know. They ain't even gonna want no smoke. They gonna out of one, con out of one.
Right.
They gonna, especially after they see Esau take that bonfire. Once the Lord wipe out their whole nation, now walk back to your country.
Come, the water, come.
Walk back to your country. Now y'all can go.
Thank you.
Yeah, the water.
We'll send somebody over there. Y'all can go now. Y'all think about what y'all just saw here.
They're gonna salak you to death.
Yeah, right.
Revelation 2:27 again. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron. At the vessel of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I have received of my father. So if they do get out of my,
That's all love, isn't it?
I need to use my rod on something.
Right.
Hey, what Paul said in 1 Corinthians
24:21. Shall I come to you with a rod
Right.
or love? Which one you want?
Hey, and Jake gonna have that staff in their hand. Hey, Jake gonna have that staff in their hand. Hey, you get out of line, boy.
Dropping down.
Hey, what Eric May said, I need order.
It's Isaiah 61:9 in the NLT. Their descendants will be recognized and honored among the nations.
Right.
Everyone will realize that they are a people the Lord has blessed.
Right, their descendants are gonna recognize, man. Because
Yep.
just like, hey, they're gonna recognize, man, because the testimony is gonna be there. Like, those are the men. That's him, first and foremost. That's him. That's Yahweh Shai. We can't even much get close to him. But those are his men, man. That still stiffly.
Right.
Hey, I read the one over Obadiah 1. It says, Saviors with an S shall come upon Mount Zion to judge the Mount of Esau.
Our nation will be honored and recognized for being the people of the Lord.
Well, you know, I experienced that as a kid. My grandfather used to be a trainer, right? He trained my uncle to be an amateur champion. And I can remember my cousin and I coming home from school, and we were about to be bullied by two guys. And this older man was riding by on his bike, made a U-turn, and said, "You young men, if you know what's good for you, we will leave them alone." And they're harking onto his voice and they left. Yeah, that's all it's going to be.
And scripture says that a good name is better than precious coins.
Right. Right.
And 2/3 in the kingdom, they're going to be good. Because they're going to be the children of the elect. You wouldn't despise your child. So it's like, in the kingdom, they just going to be somebody's son, somebody's daughter. It's just they're going to be the children of the elect. So even them, they're going to be good. And the other nations are going to recognize them as Israelite men and women. They're going to give them that proper due respect to the spirit of Yahweh Shai. Because as a nation of people, we've inherited a blessing from our forefathers. Trust fund babies, man.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 6. Howbeit we speak wisdom among them that are perfect, yet not the wisdom of this world, nor the princes of this world.
Yeah, because this world don't understand. The Lord said we're going to live forever. Literally, an immortal nation of people. And I had looked it up randomly one day. According to Esau's estimates, 109 billion people done died since the beginning of time. Now, they ain't even dealing with reincarnation. But it can show you easily how we going to need more than one planet. And that's why the nation of Israel will have to live forever. How can we tap into the deeper things in knowledge if we only have one lifetime to learn it? There's greater things past this that the Lord wants us to be able to, now that you understand this concept, I need you to understand this concept. We don't even know about dimensions. We barely understand the one we in. There's so much beyond our comprehension that's out there that the Lord is waiting for us to get past level 1 before we can get there. Right? That's a blessing too, being perfect. Not going, you can't go off. Being born in a vessel where you can't go off. You can't even think wrong.
Right.
You don't even have to guard your thoughts no more. You pure now.
See, that's the thing now, man. Trying not to do that, man. Trying not to go off, man. You working on that now.
That's a part of rehearsing the righteous act.
Right.
Because as you're rehearsing, what you're doing is you're making mistakes and you're attempting again.
Right. Yep.
Until we're perfected, that's what the Lord has ordered us to do.
All to think about, man, I don't want to go.
And you know what? Who's gonna have that journey? The other nations.
Yep.
That's gonna be their journey.
Yep.
We done got past that part. That's their journey now. Now they gotta. Well, we through the spirit. But the kingdom gonna be so beautiful. It's gonna be way easier for them to try. They ain't gonna have to read no ingredients boxes.
Right.
They ain't gonna have to go into no supermarket and they bet not. They bet we got something for him. Whoever he is, wherever he is. Man, somebody slip some pork. Who?
What? We pulling up. We pulling
Can't hide
up.
in no hole. Can't hide, man. I got X-rays.
Matter of fact, they're gonna turn them their own self in.
Right.
Yeah.
They don't want us to come looking at them.
Hey, they gonna know when the Sabbath come in.
Right.
They gonna know what happens concerning death. They ain't gonna have to worry about, damn, I wonder what happened when I die. You don't know.
No, she gonna be here when you get back.
Right. You'll be here. I'll bring you back. You come back and you imagine that. Jake gonna have a whole family. That served him. Jake gonna have a body, like you have a servant that's your body servant. You wake up, that's the servant that's always there. His whole family line, imagine them serving throughout their lifetime. And you tell them, look, you're gonna pass away, you're gonna come back, you're the third and fourth son, and I'll bring you back over into the chamber. And having one family that's just revolving.
Awesome. Hey man, them chains gonna have your name on it. Don't worry. They're gonna be right here waiting on you, man.
And Solomon said, servants were born in my house. Like those are privileges that's gonna come back to the nation of Israel. Because remember, death was a punishment in itself. We weren't even supposed to die. That was a punishment. And that's why it's gonna be restored. We're gonna go back and we're gonna be better than the first. We're not gonna fall again.
And it's going to be a privilege for those servants to be born in our houses at that time.
Yeah, man.
Think about the benefits of serving king, princes, royalty, as opposed to people that of the same nation that have to be back in their own land until Passover.
But the brother Nahalia goes into that all the time. No, because he was saying how Jake be bragging how he work with Bill Gates. How he be working for Amazon. Right. You know, I work with Elon
I
Musk.
saw Bezos today.
He said, what's up?
Elon might being able to go back to his land and say, I was born in Jerusalem.
That's heavy. That's heavyweight.
That's rare, man.
That's heavy. Best seats in the house.
You drew breath in Jerusalem. Elon might.
That's rare because you ain't gonna have just any old servant just having babies in your house, man. That's gonna be like Bruce Wayne and what's his name? What's the servant name?
Alfred.
Alfred. Like Bruce Wayne and Alfred. That's his only one trusted servant, man.
Yep.
I get to walk through the gate.
Yeah. They gonna love them stories, man.
Others will
Those
have to
servants that
stop.
are blessed like that, they gonna love them stories to go back home and tell their people, man, I serve the Israelites. I serve one of the elect. They're gonna be able to go back home and damn near be a celebrity to their own people. Like, tell us about, you don't even want to know, I got some of these stories. And we ain't gonna have the same, like the elites of this society. Them niggas back behind closed doors, making niggas sign NDAs, because they drinking baby blood and popping kids. You ain't gonna hear none of that shit concerning the nation of Israel, bro. In the kingdom of heaven, they ain't gonna have no evil, vile room about the nation of Israel.
That's why the whole earth is going to be filled with the worshiping of Yahweh Shai. The whole earth is going to be filled with the sound of the names of Yahweh Shai. And we speak about, you know, we humble ourselves, we understand this. We don't even deserve the breath that we're drawing right now. We don't deserve any of the promises that the Lord has for us. But you fucking heathens don't deserve it, man. In the kingdom, it's going to be so good. It's going to be ruled with equity, with order. So the Lord is showing, that's the Lord showing mercy even to the heathens. That's why the whole world is going to know and going to fear Yahweh Shai. Ain't going to be nothing else but the Lord.
So Isaiah 11 and 9, they shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, for the earth shall be full of the knowledge of the Lord as the waters cover the sea.
There's not going to be any room for any of these idols, for any of the ways that people kept in this society. That's not going to be no more. That's why the scripture says it's going to fly away as a tree. They're not even going to believe that Esau ruled at any point in time.
It's going to be outdated. All of that idolatry is going to be useless. Wow. With the knowledge of the Lord being well known in the earth, you look slow. being an idolater in the kingdom of heaven. When you're looking at chariots over Israel, you seeing chariots fly here and there. You're looking at a nation of people that can do things that aren't physically possible.
Hey, that's heavy. You just said that. Esau tried to wipe out the history of us being rulers on the earth. All the time.
It's not going to be that it never happened. It's not going to be that the history is going to be erased. The history is going to be there. The scriptures are going to be here. But it's going to be so unbelievable because the kingdom's going to be so good.
That nigga damn near, if the Lord don't come back, that nigga, if Esau stay in rulership, ain't gonna be no King David and Solomon. Ain't gonna be no King James. Y'all already whitewashed all the shit as it is. But if it had not been for Yahweh Shema Mashah and giving us spiritual fathers, we wouldn't know shit, man. Because they ain't tell us to go dig and look up shit. Your Honda ain't tell us to dig and go look up none of that shit, man. McCall from GOCC ain't tell us to dig and go look up none of that shit, man. It was the apostles that told us, what's this nigga name? Hannibal was a Negro that fucked up the Romans for a time. Puny boy, yeah. Hannibal and all the four good emperors. We ain't get none of that shit from none of them guys. We got that from our apostles, man.
Esau had to lie
Right.
in order to make himself look good. He had to deceive the whole world to make his empire look good.
Right.
We're not going to have to hide shit, man.
Right.
We're not going to have to hide anything. It's all going to, and we're going to teach about it, man. And the people are going to know about it. Because that's what that's where the fathers of the kingdom came from, man. That's what we endured to get here, man.
Hey, that law, going back to Deuteronomy chapter 4, it said, hey, somebody get that for me real quick. Deuteronomy 4:6. This is what we're going back to, man. It said the nation's going to say, this is a wise and understanding people, man.
So Deuteronomy chapter 4 and 6. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. For what nation is there so great, who hath God so nigh unto them, as the Lord Yahweh our power, is in all things that we call upon him for.
You're going to know that this is the Heavenly Father, this is Almighty. And this is the people whom He chose, man. And we dare one of you damn devils to challenge us, man. We dare one of you heathens to try to come up and usurp the authority of Yahshua. It's not going to happen, man. Because the kingdom's going to be so pure. And it's going to be established on pureness, the righteousness of the Heavenly Father, God, Shem Yahweh, that it ain't even going, you're not even going to think about that, man. The way that shit is going down is not going to go the way it's going.
Hey, that's the beauty of it now. Hey, being given the privilege to stand in great boldness and say just that. Hey, this is the way, man. Walk ye in it. This is the way. You got an option right now.
Red pill, blue pill.
Hey, we trying to tell you. When your ass gonna wake up in the kingdom, you gonna remember my face, bitch. Together, bro. Know something? Okay. I got something.
Baruch chapter 3.
Hey, this is a privilege, man. To stand in great boldness and tell you, thus saith the Lord. That's why all that, what about the Gentiles? That nigga got here in the fucking Care Bear outfit. The nigga had a Care Bear fucking costume on. I was supposed to deal with you in the scriptures, nigga? You got a fucking Care Bear outfit on. I was supposed to deal with you? Man, take your ass home. We done with that shit. All that Gentiles, man, fuck that, man. We trying to cover our own ass. Fuck that, man. The world, America, as the scriptures say, as the fathers say, everybody in America know about this truth, man. We trying to cover our own ass now. You got the hopeful elect, they woke up, everybody listening, everybody being reactivated, we trying to cover our own ass, man. You got all these different elders, the apostles, doing lessons, you gotta tune in. If y'all be reactivated, We done with all that Gentile back and forth shit, man. You got it.
Baruch chapter 3, verse 33. Baruch 3 and 33. He that sendeth forth light, and it goeth, calleth it again, and it obeyeth him with fear. The stars shine in their watches and rejoice. When he calleth them, they say, Here we be. And so with cheerfulness they showed light unto him that made them. This is our God, and there shall none other be accounted of in comparison of him. He hath found out all the way of knowledge, and hath given it unto Jacob his servant, and to Israel his beloved.
Hey, in that Exodus 12, hey, get Exodus 12 and 12.
This is Exodus 12, verse 12.
Hey, the Lord, it said the same thing in Isaiah 19 and 1. All the idols, they're going to be destroyed, man. All these heathen idols are going to be destroyed. All it's going to be is Yahweh Shema Shah. And then we fucking find out. Your ass somewhere in the closet somewhere, you got no Buddha shit. Your ass is in trouble. You got it.
Get the rod.
For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night,
Right.
and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt,
Right.
both man and beast.
Right.
And against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am the Lord.
So the Lord was taunting the Egyptians with different plagues. What did God have for the flies? Right. For the blood. For the locusts. Right? What did God have for the cattle rain? Where he at? There was none. The Lord destroyed all that, man. So get it when Isaiah 19 and 1. So now it's talking about that was talking about ancient Egypt. Here is the modern Egypt, you got it.
Isaiah 19 and 1. The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud,
Right.
and shall come into Egypt.
Right?
And the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence.
That's the same thing happened in ancient Egypt. The brothers read Exodus 12 and 12. Same thing, man. Hey, like the brother said, how about Shema Shah? Nothing, man. That's all it's going to be. You got it.
And the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it.
That's it. Just like ancient Egypt. America finna be the same, man. That was it. You get the clothes. You all the time? No, you got low. You all the time?
Ecclesiastes 24 and 32. I will yet make doctrine to shine as the morning, and will send forth her light afar off.
Right.
I will yet pour out doctrine as prophecy.
That's happening now, man. What the four corners of the earth, the Lord say, it was in Ezekiel 11:16, it's going to be a little sanctuary to every country where we were scattered at, man. So nobody had no excuse, man. Nobody, man. Concerning the Israelites.
And will leave it to all ages forever.
Right.
Yeah, the scripture says that if I hadn't spoke to them,
They had not had sin.
right, but now there's no cloak for your sin.
Right,
So
right.
there ain't no excuses. And listen, man, we got death counts. I mean, we got brothers that got one leg. All these things are on display to show you who the true names are, who the true prophets are, starting with our apostles.
Brother speaking in Spanish.
Come on, man. Germany, Holland.
Yep. Yep. Ain't no excuses, man.
Right.
Ain't no excuses. And it's a beautiful privilege to stand out here and great boldness.
Beautiful.
Man.
Right. It's an honor, bro.
Right. All those camps GMS, they all praise Yahweh Shema Shah.
That's right.
Right. And give our double honors to our fellow apostles, bishops down the line.
I got one. It's Isaiah 60 and 14 in the NLT. It says the descendants of your tormentors will come and bow before you. Those who despised you will kiss your feet. They will call you the city of the Lord and Zion of the Holy One of Yasharallah. Though you were once despised and hated, with no one traveling through you, I will make you beautiful forever, a joy to all generations.
Hey, this powerful way.
Powerful kings and mighty nations will satisfy your every need, as though you were a child nursing at the breast of a queen. You will know at last that I, the Lord, am your Savior and your Redeemer, the mighty one of Yashar'Allah. I will exchange your bronze for gold, your iron for silver, your wood for bronze, and your stones for iron. I will make peace your leader and righteousness your ruler. Violence will disappear from your land. The desolation and destruction of war will end. Salvation will surround you like city walls, and praise will be on the lips of all who enter.
And that's a future prophecy. So we don't want no Edomites coming kissing our feet right now, man. Like you other camps, y'all delight in those things. We're not interested in that. Because why are we gonna have these Edomites kissing our boots and we gotta clock in tomorrow, man?
Right. And we don't want no stinking reparations.
Hey, this is Job 15 and 19. Unto whom alone, Job 15 and 19, unto whom alone the earth was given, and no stranger passed among them. Unto whom alone the earth was given, and no stranger passed among them. This goes back to the book of Numbers. When Moses sent a letter for us to pass through Edom, and he wouldn't let us pass.
No.
Job 15 and 19, unto whom alone the earth was given, and no stranger passed among them. Hey, it said we're gonna take the land, the Yahweh gonna take Edom, they possession, all that's gonna be, hey, you niggas gonna be done away with it. He wants to pass through your shit, then you ain't gonna have it.
Numbers 23, Numbers 23 and 9 in the NLT. I see them from the cliff tops. I watch them from the hills. I see a people who live by themselves, set apart from other nations. Who can count Jacob's descendants, as numerous as dust? Who can count even a fourth of Israel's people? Let me die like the righteous. Let my life end like theirs. So when he saw, he wanted to go through everything Jacob went through so he could achieve what Jacob's going to have in the end of this.
Revelation 3 verse 10. Because it has kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast as thou hast, that no man take thy crown. Hey, so with that, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory
to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rukakadash.
And double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who well. Grace and peace to you elect around the four winds, believing and pushing this truth in all sincerity. May the blessing of election be upon your houses. Shalom.
Shalom.
Welcome in. And Yahweh Shema Shah trees blessing your houses. May the blessing of election be upon your houses. While we precept, the next time we say Shalom.
Shalom.
Close out this verse. Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Shalak, Rayam, Wa, Nashim, Wa, Abadim, Wa, Ragim, Nashapayim, Call, Adawamium, Wa, Warrium, Yam Nawa, Bakashah, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Water, Call hello, Yahweh,